he was ever hurt to move. She turned the rain to a rainbow, and I was living in a blue. Why didn't she so perfect? Do I still wish that it was you? Perfect man that was working, so what can I do when I'm outside in my mind? 'Cause sometimes I look in her eyes, and that's where I find a glimpse of us. And I try to fall for her touch, but I'm thinking love the way it was. Still I find serenade. I'm only here for some time in her arms, hoping to find a glimpse of us. Sometimes I look in her eyes, and that's where I find a glimpse of us. And I try to fall for her touch, but I'm thinking love the way it was. Still I'm fine and sorry more at all. I'm only here passing time in her arms, hoping to find watch me navigate. Ha 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 ha. Don't stop, get it, get it. We are your captains and it's steady. Watch me navigate. Ha 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 ha. Don't stop, get it, get it. We are your captains and it's steady. Watch me navigate. Ha 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 ha. Don't stop, get it, get it. We are your captains and it's steady. Watch me navigate. Ha 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 ha. Windmill, windmill for the land. Let's turn forever hand in hand. Take it all in on your stride. Head is sinking, falling down. Love forever, love is free. Let's turn forever, you and me. Windmill, windmill for the land. Is everybody in? Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to the show. I know a little unusual that I'm doing the mornings, but apparently I've had a really good rest. Excuse me, rest. God, I can't speak today. Rest. Uh, mm, God, I can't speak. I had a good night's sleep and a lot better than usual. So I planned this subject to be more of a video type deal. But I've been so busy this goddamn week that it was impossible to make the video I wanted to make on the subject. I figured, fuck it. Why not I do the usual streams, right? Why not? I mean, that's what you guys come here for anyway, so why would I fucking change that now? Anyway, it's been a very, very interesting ride the last 3 years, most certainly. I don't. Also, by the way, if you feel like it would help to send out everyone some links and shit and share around, would be greatly appreciated. Excuse me, trying to make sure the setting up last minute. So yeah, we got 2 songs. I hope you guys like it. It's been shilled in the chat. Might obviously I'll have to add it in the link description later. So let's talk about just the insane shit that's been going on the last 3 years. Some updates on some additional things and whatnot. I think that would be fun. So the last 3 years has been absolutely fucking insane, right? Like absolutely insane. We went from exposing pedophiles to dog fuckers to just all kinds of crazy shit. And oh boy, has it got wild each year. So they have a drink. We'll handle this stream like a mix between a topic about the future, about the channel, and some Q&As and a few other things of that nature. If you guys want to be able to ask some questions about some stuff relating to the channel and whatnot, and all this other crap, feel free to post them here. Feel free to post them here. There is some questions on the Discord, but it's been a while since I've looked at my own chat, so it might take me forever to like find these questions. Just be aware. So let's just talk about it. So when I first started the series, I've never thought I would actually kind of get this far with the channel. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you about that one. The last 3, when I first started out, it was just some idea to talk about some like documentary style videos and streams about this insane shit been going on with all the way back to 2019 with the map community bullshit. Because what made you want to start? Oh, that's a good question. We'll talk about that. That's a really good question, actually. Absolutely. We'll get into that. So again, feel free to share around the stream so people catch up on this. Because although like I know I'm putting this in the morning and a lot of people aren't active in the morning, this is a pretty important stream. So just make people aware of that. So let's put this into perspective for you. When I made this series, I've never thought I would actually be in the front lines of the shit like I did when I first started the series. Back when I started this around 2019, it was calling out the fact that there was a lot of these weirdos on social media calling themselves maps and shit.
and all these like weird pedophiles coming out of the woodwork to justify their sex fetishes and predilections towards children. And then it just became about going after dog fuckers and more pedophiles, and it's just, when I made this series, it wasn't exactly designed for solely that, but holy shit did it become that, because like it's gotten insane. Like even now, it's gotten so much worse. So let's put it perspective, like to the third year. This channel became very, very well known on some people's spectrums on the internet. It got shouted out by a multitude of people in different communities. This year has probably been the most successful this channel has ever fucking been. And I never thought in a year we would just get to 1,000 subscribers, which we did. So we got to 1,000 subscribers. It's been 3 years since we did the show, and all of this started because of I wanted to call out Stetson Hardwick, and that became a shit show from there. It's probably like one of the few actual videos I get to make on the subject. Yes, I am awful at making videos. Well, not really. It just takes too much time for me.
The pedo fish.
The pedo fish. That's where it's all fucking started, dude. And after about, like, cause some people are asking, oh, are you doing the stream as the end? Oh, no. This pedo problem got so much worse, dude. Like, no, this, if anything, what we're talking about right now is just the calm before a coming storm. So, thought I would point that out here. Let me go read some of your guys' comments. So, hello there, Yorkie. Hello there, Fox Azure. Hello there, Cyber. Hello there, Lazy. I believe that's your name. Hello there, Butt Cheeks. Mills. Hello there. Hello, Athena. Jester. Jennifer Ranilla, Project 3M or Cherry, although it's called Cherry, Masked Bear, hello there, Anna, hello, hi there. They say, hey everyone, good morning, Kaz Warfox, good morning to you too. Reg, hello there, Reg, I believe that's your name. Excuse me if I fucked it up. Dr. Phil, thank you for the nice words, Dr. Phil. You and your guests do a great show. That stream with Cassandra Mill was amazing. Absolutely.
That was an absolute treat. We had, okay, just to say, we had the option, and I was even DMing Cass about it. I was like, dude, we could make this as long or as short as we want. This person is not going anywhere.
Yo, absolutely. Oh, that was fucking great. All right. Goes. Who else? Excuse me. Anthony Hunter. Congrats for 3 years of the Hunt series, Kaz. Thank you very much for the kind words. Fox Booty. Okay, well, minor attracted person. Yeah, that's usually what we go with. Bear Dog. Congrats, Kaz. Love being on your streams. Thank you very much. Congrats on 3 years. We got a lot of congrats on 3 years. So yeah, we'll get into that in a minute as well. There's a lot of stuff I'm pushing back right now because look into.
Wow, it's really been fucking 3 years?
Yeah, fucking 3 years.
Holy shit.
3 fucking years.
God, it feels like just a few months.
Yeah, it kind of does. I don't know what that type of effect is, but for some reason, like, yeah, I don't remember. Let's say I wouldn't remember. It just feels so much less time than it actually is. Congratulations, Cass. Thank you. The shit show, the after hour shit show was a trip. Absolutely. Top of the Cassandra stuff. The expression, give someone enough rope, they'll hang themselves, could have been created for Cassandra. Yeah. The teacher says, I've been binging your streams and forgot this one's actually live. Thank you. Nice to know that people actually pay attention to content enough. Wish I subscribed 3 years ago. Oh, yeah. The first few years of doing this was probably the most wild, in my opinion. Probably just because of the when we were allowed to be a lot more edgy on the internet. It was definitely, in my opinion, those streams ended up still being a lot more memorable.
Well, I mean, not only that, but can we go ahead and pull the curtain back a little bit and just talk about how there were certain times where we just did not have any foundation for anything that we needed to do, and we were like, all right, we gotta gotta actually come up with some structure against these people. The moment that we did, it was just bam, bam,
Yeah, absolutely.
bam.
That is true. LOL or Cord Kitty. Yeah, that's another one. Cord Kitty was a pretty funny one. I'm surprised you haven't gotten insane due to these people you managed to talk to, like that Cassandra idiot. Oh, we'll get into one of the reasons why, and it's not really all that surprising if you pay enough attention. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just built different mentally. Vash says be sure to share to your friends and out there and tell your friends. Yeah, sure. Jennifer goes, yeah, this Stetson drama was fucking wild. Yes, it was fucking wild. It was insane. It was like having to sit there to a Down syndrome ass looking motherfucker who looks like a fish. Tried to explain to you why the age of consent doesn't exist and why rape doesn't exist. All this other crazy shit. Like, that fucking lore is deep and wild. God, that was insane. Jesus fucking Christ. I don't think I'll ever talk about the fact he thought like space aliens were on the moon or something. That was another
Oh my
one.
god.
Yeah.
There was so much shit to unpack with that homeless fucking black guide looking bastard.
Yeah. If I have to do a remaster on that video, it's definitely going to be a wild one because there's so much other shit I haven't been able to cover after that video transpire. That was crazy. Thanks for having me on the show to create like being on the cross line, pull off my favorite moment from Mills. Absolutely. Trust me, dude. After talking to Stetson, everyone else seems sane. Absolutely. I think having the panel helps to stay sane. Dealing with some of these guests on and on would be mind-numbing. Pretty much, yeah. I admire Kaz's restraint. The people who have been on these streams go from comical to absolutely criminal, wild ass shit. Yeah, absolutely. That's very true. So, the point I'm trying to come across here is that, you know, it's been 3 fucking years. And the fucked up irony of all of this is that after 3 years, even though there's a giant repertoire of videos and streams on the subject on the channel as we speak, we're not even fucking done yet. Unlike any of the shit, from the old stuff to the new stuff, like, there is so much...
The iceberg.
Yeah, this felt like we're just hitting the tip of the iceberg, especially with how much the channel's been growing. See, the reality of the situation that you guys have to consider is that this whole subject on pedophilia has gotten like 10 times worse in the last like 2 years. For example, back in 2019, I predicted that 2020 would be the year of the pedophile. Unfortunately, I was right in the worst way possible. We're at 2022 now. This shit has no signs of stopping. We went from exposing pedophiles as an isolated community built from the ground up to deal with this shit because it was something we were alerted to early on to fucking just an era of vigilante justice happened in the last 2 years, especially this year. There's entire communities coming out of the woodwork to say, hey guys, let's talk about pedophile rights and how maps should be destigmatized and shit. And Cassandra's not the only person dealing with it. Someone fucking been telling me about a gaggle of commentary channels, over 1,000 subscribers saying this shit to people too. And they're not the only community. Like, it's gotten fucking insane here, guys. We went from absolute nobody with clout justifying pedophile shit to people with clout justifying pedophile shit. It's fucking weird. it's like Bizarro World. Like, holy fuck.
Let's see here. What's the most PC way I can say this? Susan, don't get mad. Maps belong on the wall. I'm speaking purely of cartography.
Yeah.
Maps belong on the wall.
Well, that's
maps belong on the wall. Sorry.
So, like, the irony of the situation is how much, like, there's a lot of focus on this channel to talk about this stuff. And the Hunt series wasn't initially made for that purpose entirely. Like, it was going to cover stuff like this because, you know, you would expect from the terminology and the noir themes and all that that this is a channel dedicated to talking to some pretty dark shit. You would expect that. That's completely in line with what the channel's about. But to talk about pedophiles for so long, for 3 years, and as well as the zoophiles, is insane. I never thought we would have to go that far of this type of conversation to really dig into the issue. And we're still not even fucking done. Like, things have gotten so much fucking worse. And I think they're going to continue to get worse because I've noticed that a lot of people are still, like, putting, like, their thumb in their fucking ass and just pretending it's not an issue.
Well, I mean, they've got the protection of the federal government.
Yeah.
It's disturbing. And the IRS now has guns. That's even more terrifying than anything. We could have had 3 Hitlers, and I would have been like, "We're gonna be okay." IRS having the guns. I need my brown pants.
Yep. Yeah, I could see need something to stay calm with those numbskulls. Well, I mean, that is a thing in the future. So I've been in talks with a great many other people currently right now about how to move with the channel going forward. And so here's a small blueprint of an idea. Excuse me. I don't know why I'm stuttering. So what's going on now is I have been in talks with people to try to, as they say, go on about how to script better editing, doing this, blah, 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 basically the whole 9 yards. I am thinking of doing a little bit more work to make the channel still do the streams, as well as do, like, better videos on the subject. There is some people I do want to talk about through a more documentary style video. Those videos, I can't tell you when they're coming out because they're much bigger projects than what I'm currently letting on right now. And
it's a huge timeline, guys. And if we really thank you for your patience on that part, because building those timelines for you, it takes a long time.
It takes a long time. It takes a lot out of you, and it's a lot more money that you're putting in than you're getting back. So yeah, like, I don't think we're at a point in the channel where you can just, like, make a bunch of money and justify the cost of, like, doing tons of, like, documentary style videos on the subject. So there's a lot that's the reason I'm asking for your guys' help on social media through Patreon, all that other shit, just because that actually helps to make sure I can actually afford, like, equipment and shit, and all this other crap. That's the only reason why I'm not DSP. I don't care to.
I mean, and also we've Cass and I have been throwing around ideas to come up with things for the Patreon deal. We can't. I mean, we can, but we don't really know. So I don't know. I would think that the starting patrons should be able to help us build those. I think. What do you think?
Maybe. It just depends. Like, we'll figure that out when we get there. It's just one of those things where now that the channel has gotten big enough to be able to make some income off of this dumb shit, we are trying to put that into the channel. It's just that we can't guarantee anything coming out of it just yet. It's difficult enough making internet blood sports against pedophiles function as a thing on YouTube, so
God, it's really hard for me not to like, I have to think of creative ways of saying shit so that way we don't get banned.
Yeah, absolutely. So just consider that if you guys want to financially support the channel, that's up to you. I'm not gonna demand anything from you guys in that regard, but just understand that there is a lot of changes coming to the channel in regards to how we're going to handle the subject moving forward. Not much is going to change in terms of some of the edgy humor, of course, because I'm not sacrificing that worth of shit. I don't think it's worth having the channel if we're going to censor that hard. But it's more in lines of trying to make interesting content for you guys to watch and listen to. There'll still be blood sports. There'll still be mean words being said on pedophiles. There'll even be more article videos and other things of that nature as well. But as I've just stated, I had a much larger video for this celebration planned, and I couldn't even do it because of just how little time I have access to. So make it very clear that we are taking the quality approach very seriously. It's just very, very fucking difficult to pull off, especially with YouTube. YouTube doesn't want quality content. All right, let's just be absolutely fucking honest here. YouTube does
Oh,
not
they want
me.
manufactured horse shit.
Yeah.
You've seen the Jacksepticeye video and Markiplier. Markiplier had 3 minutes. He had a 2-minute video, and he had like a 1-minute introduction from YouTube. He had 3 minutes in that fucking video. They cut him down to 1 minute and told him to fuck off. If they can do that to somebody like Markiplier, who has what, 35 million subscribers, what are they gonna fucking do to people like us?
Oh yeah. So as I said before, we are wanting to make quality content for you guys, and as a channel dedicated to exposing and talking about corruption, degenerates, all kinds of crazy shit that is in line to what you expect from a noir series, detective bullshit, or documentary stuff. It's difficult to do that due to the nature of the topic, the way YouTube punishes you for talking about it, and on top of it, it requires a sort of type of approach that YouTube doesn't want. So the more we try to focus on making quality content, the harder it's going to appear on the algorithm and get the channel anywhere. So just be understanding that in the meantime, there'll be plenty of streams, article videos, and other things to keep you guys up to date on shit. But just be aware, we do have plans for better content. It's just going to take a while. It's a transition that's not easy. There might even be points where you might not be able to see a lot of content for a while, because once that change starts going into it, it's going to be very hard to justify constantly uploading shit on the internet. I just want to make you guys aware. It's not changes that are going to be instantaneous, though. It's going to take a while until those changes ever take effect. So, but in the meantime, I have lots of people to talk to about scripting, about editing, about different things, and dividing the labor for that type of stuff. It will take a while because everyone else is busy, just like me, but we'll eventually get there, and I think the wait will be more than worth it. On top of it, blood sports aren't going to change for the channel. I don't know why some people assume that, because when I was talking to people, some people thought I was going to completely change from edgy blood sports. Nah, no. I don't know why you would expect me to do that. I mean, I think we all have fun mocking pedophiles on the show. I don't see why that needs to change, but I don't know. What do you think, Vash?
Hey, I think that the people that you gotta understand, every single time that I see a map or a zoo file that's in this area, anytime that I'm thinking, are my words too harsh? I think of whatever the fuck that they just did and think about, no, they fucked a kid. No, they fucked a dog. Like do you think that was a little bit too harsh to the animal or the kid? Like, fuck off. I don't have any sympathy, empathy, or anything for them.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the one thing. I don't know about you guys, but I've been having furious debates with people behind the scenes because there's a lot of people I talk to. And let's just say that a lot of the current problem with the channel for a lot of people is that the blood sports. But honestly, it's like I don't feel like capitulating to that because I feel blood sports is part of the channel. Like, obviously, people want to hear what these people have to say, but we also want to mock them because they're fucking stupid or idiotic or treating people like shit. So,
and we've shown that we're more than capable of holding, a nice conversation and then flipping it to, like the Cassandra Mel area. Like my favorite part of that entire live stream was whenever Mel was like, "You mean what we were doing before wasn't blood sports?"
yeah.
I had a shit-eating grin on my face. I was like, no, we're being very friendly to you.
Yeah. So just be aware that while we have to deal with this transition, because like I said, I was not expecting this channel to grow as much as it did in such a short time. So, and what I mean by short time was because the last 2 years it wasn't growing a lot. The YouTube wasn't happy with us. No. But then some people helped out, and a lot of people started to hear my name in certain communities. It was weird watching the furry community talk about me for a bit. Not gonna lie. And then the channel started to grow, and so it's gotten to a point very quickly that there's a lot of changes in between content that need to be made to ensure that things transition smoothly. But that's really about it. On top of it, just expect more streams to come. Expect more people to talk about stuff. I don't know why people keep demanding I need to censor my audience too, but that's not gonna happen. That's because
Wait, somebody said that they need.
Yeah, a bunch of furries came in, left, and then screamed at some other dude about how oh, you let people in your audience in your Discord server say the N-word. I'm like, yeah, usually a good amount of them are either people of color or whatever. Why am I gonna censor them for saying that?
I have been very blatant that I will use all words.
Yeah.
And, due to where I graduated, my senior year, I was the minority, so shut the fuck up.
Let's see. I was 3 years late, but you should thank Coyote Lovely for the boost. No, absolutely. I appreciate him for the boost on that whole thing. I haven't disregarded his help there. It's also him and a few other people. I don't remember the names at the moment. But yeah, no, I'm very appreciative for the boost. It's an insane riot to try to transition out and get the channel to work properly though, because of it. Because it's all this stuff I had planned, and it's oh shit, and I have to do all of it now because this channel's going somewhere. Hell, even the last couple of streams is indicative of that too. So yeah, there's a lot planned. It's just gonna take a while. I hope you guys understand. Every guy in the server is black from the waist down. Yep. There's a few questions in here. I'm trying to remember who said it. So give me a minute. I'm gonna look for the questions.
Okay.
Someone said, and it was really.
While that's being done, I'll go ahead and say, hey, sorry I'm late. I was 3 years late, but okay. Well, I guess Coyote Lovely did give you a little bit of a nudge.
Yep.
So yeah, thanks, Coyote Lovely. Let's see here. Mean words aren't. Sorry though, it was a reaction. As soon as I see a name, I have to read the rest of it before I actually start talking.
So here's a question from Jester in the server. What are your thoughts on video games and movie commentary YouTube channels, same as other commentary channels? Okay, so when I was a kid, when I mean as a kid, I was first trying to start off on YouTube. I actually wanted my content to be geared more towards gaming reviews and mocking some dumb gaming shit and other things like that. Now, this was when I didn't really have an identity on my content just yet, and I was trying to figure out what to do. Because when I was a kid, I used to watch a lot of gaming commentary channel stuff and other things of that nature. As for other commentary channels, I don't know. It depends what you're talking about. I'm not much of a movie reviewer. I don't really care. And whatnot. It was what was the one thing? I don't remember. When I was a kid, I grew up watching people like Angry Joe. I think there was Spoonie, shit like that. I remember watching Spoonie. That shit was just fucking weird for his downfall, though. Holy fuck. Yeah, I remember that. I did watch Nostalgia Critic. This was long ass time ago. I don't remember too many people personalities, but I did watch those type of channels when I was growing up, as they say. As for commentary channels, well, it depends on which one, because when I came across commentary channels when I was younger, like, I remember the second generation commentary channel, like your Youngblood Fantasies and all that other shit. Hog something, I forgot his name, and something Raven. And I forget their names. But when I was a kid growing up, like, specifically, when I remember commentary channels, it was the shit that, like, Mr. Medicare came from, too. Like, which is second generation. I watched a little bit of, like, fucking the newer age commentary, which, like, 2016. And then you have this, like, new era of commentary channels where I just flat out don't watch. I can't stand them. I just can't watch.
Well, I mean, I plan on actually coming back into doing live streams again fairly soon.
Hey, do it. So,
yeah, but I've got like a long laundry list of video games to play.
Hell yeah, do it. But like for me, when I was like doing the stuff, I never thought I would actually be talented at streaming before, and I eventually did it at a whim because someone convinced me to try it out, and it sort of became a thing from there where somehow I just have some stuff for me. Like, you know, as the saying goes, like, you realize you have more inherent talent in something you never thought you actually did until you tried it. Type of deal. Like, I never thought I was going to be someone who actually did streams more often than videos. So, there we are. That's just how it is. Also, yes, I just want to make it known. I'm not a fan of the current commentary community, like, at all. I really don't like most of them. There's going to be some videos and streams on the subject where I'm going to rag on a lot of commentary channels over the whole pedo stuff. So just be aware, I don't like commentary channels.
I'll go ahead and say this. The reason why I'm coming back and doing commentary over my video games again is because most of you guys suck at doing commentary. Yes, I said it, and you can clip it. Most.
Yeah, like I just don't watch people. What was their names nowadays? You got like Tommy C's of the world and all the other weirdos. Like I don't watch those guys much. Too pretentious for me. Too pretentious. It's always just ugh. Good commentary is poison anyway. I have no idea.
I mean, depends on which ones.
The Bunny Gathering just wanted to say the word fuck and get away with it. Also, your progress and successful. Also, God, I cannot. Yeah, thank you for the $5. $5, I believe that's what it's called. I just wanted to say the word fuck and just get away with it. Also, may your progress and success continue. Thank you, Bunny Gathering, for your generous donation. I very much appreciate it. Most commentary channels these days are hypocritical trains who only care about class. Jennifer Real. I completely agree. I find the commentary community going after Mama Max a great example of hypocrisy, in my opinion. Because essentially it's like, oh, you can't make clout and content off going after pedophiles. I'm like, okay, explain fucking Pyro then, motherfucker. You know, explain zip tie. Explain all these fucking faggots you guys talk about whenever one of your own with clout gets called out for being a pedophile. Or potentially one. Rather, through accusations. Like, is it only okay if one community does it, but another more specialized community can't exist? Is that it? I don't know. This seems profoundly hypocritical. Commentary channels is just literally, I'm going to sit on the fence and say nothing important for 15 minutes. Exactly. Okay, this is the one thing that drives me nuts about internet shit nowadays. I will say this. I hate when people just can't call a spade sometimes. Like, holy shit. Like, you know, if you have Mr. Girl and Vito the Pedo on your show, you don't sit there and try to pussy around the subject. No. Call them for what they are. They defend pedophile shit. They call themselves pedophiles. Just call them pedophiles. Boom. Like, it solves the problem for you right there. Call them for what they are. Fuck. It's like, oh, but yeah. Jesus. That's why I can't stand commentary channels for that reason, man. It's like it's always kowtowing to some crazy fucker with clout, no matter who it is, even if it's a pedophile. Fox Ojira goes, good work, MB. Good, glad to have you. Good, excuse me, glad to have been with you so far. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I cannot read today, apparently. Thank you for the support. Okay, so someone asked the question. I forgot who it is. Someone says, good job on 3 years on YouTube. Thank you. I hope that this channel succeeds for a lot more. It seems that like I've been able to make more streams that have been going a lot more places. So who knows? Maybe next year, maybe more, a couple of years in the future, this channel will really blow up and be something. Who knows? You know, assuming Susan doesn't have a conniption fit that I call Mr. Grow What They Are, and you know, woo, down the rabbit hole you go. Bye. So someone here asked the question. Yeah, I genuinely can't read right now. I don't know why, but my brain just can't process shit at the moment. I don't know. I had a good night's rest. Maybe I overslept or something. Who knows at this point? But so someone asked the question, what got you to do the Hunt series? Now that's a really good question because it feels like a Joker backstory thing to say that, you know, to ask that question, and then for me to answer that feels like a Joker backstory where it's like you're gonna have a multiple choice answer to a single question. So let me put this as vague. I'm gonna tell you faggots a little bit of a story. Why not? It's gonna be very vague though, because I'm more of an anon on the internet. I prefer to stay an anon, so I'm not going to like fucking try to dox myself or do anything too stupid. Just be aware of that. So let me go on a fucking tangent about how I got here, and it wasn't intentional, by the way. Yeah. So let's put this. Can English speak properly? No, I cannot. I cannot. Excuse me. Absolutely. So when I was a kid, I came from essentially what we would consider a very, very military family. Like, extremely military. Like, very goddamn into die in the wood, military fucking patriot motherfucker type people. Like, you're talking those type of people. And a lot of those type of people in my life were also at one point law enforcement after their time in the military. So when I was a kid, I was not ignorant or whatever when it comes to the idea of what law enforcement works, how they work, you know, what a detective is, how they actually function, how forensics data works, those type of things, right? Like, but also because of certain circumstances at a young age, I didn't really have the same childhood innocence that a lot of people did. In fact, I didn't really have none of it. Some shit happened to me, and I've became a spinning example of, let's just say, at a young age, as a kid, I got in really early to know what the word corruption really is, what the word crime really means, why we live in such a time where you can't trust the police, you can't trust the fucking military, the idea of like corruption and how steep and deep it's all rooted in the system. I already knew this stuff going in, but there were certain points in my life where I actually saw some genuinely fucked up shit and ended up realizing how fucking deep the rabbit holes really goes. Which is also why, as you mentioned, I do have lots of critiques of the police when I talk about this stuff sometimes. I do. That's not me condemning them, because I come from a background where, you know, I've seen how they work, but it comes from a position of knowing just how corrupt some people can be, and why I just don't trust authority in general. If that makes me a piece of shit vigilante, just because again, we'll talk about the word vigilante in a moment as well, because it ties into it. Let's just say corruption is not something I'm unfamiliar with. It's been something I've seen 1,000 times before. I've seen how far it goes, and throughout my younger years, like adolescence to adulthood, young adulthood, those recognitions of how evil something can be and twisted a system can be never changes. All it took for me to really make the Hunt series was just that I called out an internet spurg for being an internet spurg, and having an entire community have to try to throw, put my head on a pike because I call them out for the very stuff that they base their entire content about. For example, there used to be an entire community who went after entire other communities over accusations of evil, corruption, bankruptcy, journalism, like, the idea of freedom, like all these different things. And I inadvertently kind of destroyed smaller sections of those communities because I inadvertently exposed their own corruption too. And then those guys cannibalized themselves. So what really got me to do the Hunt series wasn't one real small thing. It was a multitude of different things throughout my life where I just called things out what it is. I had entire people try to, quote, cancel me. And here we are with the show. It's a big, long history of just fucking laughing at the madness.
Yeah, pretty much. That's a pretty good synopsis of it.
Yeah. It's like, no matter what I did, it was like, I end up in situations where I call out monsters, and then it was like watching entire communities implode because of the almost sheer autistic amount of hypocrisy that comes with it. So the Hunt series was probably, in some metaphysical, abstract sense, was always going to be a thing eventually. I would like to think that's the case. I don't know. I'm not a fucking philosopher. I read into a lot about philosophy, but not that much,
Well, we usually have to go with logic
Yeah.
whenever we're going at these people, and they try and do so many mental gymnastics, and they'll use an emotional appeal. They'll do any of that, and that's one of the things that we have to look into whenever we get a bunch of people fucking yelling at us for something, because there's some people that are like, oh, there's not enough blood sports, and then there's other people that are like, that's just too mean, you need to not do that, Cass. You're being a bully. And then there's other people that are like, I think that you should just call them shitbags and go to their house. And like, we get constant feedback from you guys, and we have to think as logically as possible and not with our emotions, because with our emotions we would probably just get their address, and we'll make sure that they know the argument of maps belong on a wall. Because honestly, they are great living room decor maps, like with like, North America, South America. I mean, great. They belong on walls. Maps belong on walls.
Yeah, it's one of those things where before I made the Hunt series, I was just some kid who hopped in on YouTube to talk about stuff I was interested in because I was like profoundly bored. That was like all I did at a certain point, And then after a certain point, I came across some shit where this pedo problem continued to rise throughout the years, and I just got tired of my usual nihilistic self inside. You know what? I'm gonna say something about it. This is retarded. People need to laugh at this shit and stop being pussies. That's really the point of it. It just got to a point where it's like, I just want to call shit out, I just want to laugh at this shit. I want to be the very thing that these people fear at night. Because that's what these fuckers need. Pedophiles need that in their lives to do something. They need to be mocked. They need to be ridiculed. You need to put the fear of God into them. It's the only way you get these fuckers to stop. Trust me. People try this all the time. Oh, but we need to be nice to them. Never works. Never has, never will. And the people who think that are fucking retards. But that's besides the point. We'll get into a much larger fucking video or stream about that subject. Like, a lot of this stuff I'll probably make into pieces anyway, like a piece of a whole new content. Jennifer Ranella says, like the thing that a lot of people who are against pedo hunters don't realize is that it's a bitter dish served ice cold, and usually I think they are just naive or secretly pedophiles. Yeah, I think naive is a good critique. critique. Maybe pedophiles. I kind of noticed that some of them do turn out to be like that. So yeah. Push these creeps back into the dark little corners. Yes. Like I can understand why some people may not like pedos being talked about, but hunting them gets results. Well, I mean, you kind of have to hunt them sometimes. Like, these people are monsters. They don't just stop because you ignore them. You ignore their existence, right? It doesn't work like that. Ricada gave me an idea. I'll be getting it trendy. Okay. Maps belong on walls.
Yeah. Shout out to Ricada for giving me this idea on their past live stream. Rackets, if somebody sends a clip of this, please let us interview you. We would love to.
So I guess in a weird, like, philosophical, abstract sense, I guess you can say the Hunt series was always bound to happen at some point due to the very nature of the subject. And I'm not the only one saying that, too. Like, if you've checked a lot of content creators the last couple of years, especially this past, like, year, there's a lot more people than just me who are talking about pedophiles now and why they're a thing and, like, why is this a thing? What the fuck is wrong? Like, I'm not the only person saying this shit now. When I did this shit, I was practically by myself.
There's a lot of them, and like there's like people that are like the predator poachers, but they're actually a lot better.
Yeah.
Like I can't name drop them off the top of my head, but there's I guess one of them that's really popular, like Skeeter Jean or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, like I mean, he's really cool. Like I like to watch his videos. There's a bunch of them that are starting up and they're doing a lot more. And it's awesome.
But yeah, that's exactly my point, is that there's a lot of current debate about the subject of internet vigilantes and whatever, right? Somehow I'm considered a part of that. Somehow. But yeah, none of these none of these conversations were happening 3 years ago. But now, like, the last year especially, now that conversation's all over the place. About vigilante justice, about vigilante YouTube channels, as they call it, which I think is a bit,
Well, I mean,
overusing the word.
3 years ago, they were taking down Anxiety War, too.
Yeah.
If you remember.
Yeah, no, I do remember that. And all this other shit. And it's just, like, it's gotten to a point where, like, you can't contain the conversation anymore. It's everywhere. I just saw Barian, of all people, talk about pedophiles on his channel, too. Like, Barian, of all people, is talking about this. And he's not the only one of all people who's talking about this shit. Like, every motherfucker is all of a sudden. Like, when I talked about this shit 3 years ago, I get small praise from other content creators because I was talking about something nobody wants to talk about. Like, at all.
Oh, you were being mocked, actually, a couple times.
Oh, no, I either get occasionally praised or I get mocked relentlessly for calling out pedophiles the last 3 years ago. Just for giving a shit about the subject. But now that, since it's all over the place now, like, everyone's talking about it. Everyone's really concerned about the future of the United States and why there's pedophiles everywhere. And, like, why is it that these pedophiles are all over the place and saying that they're maps and shouldn't be open about this and getting away with it?
I remember yelling about this roughly 10 years ago.
Yeah. So
I was called a conspiracy nutter.
Yeah. Like, when I was 5 years ago, I made some critiques about, hey, maybe we shouldn't encourage these retards in the LGBT. I was like, I guess people, you're right-wing propagandist, because how dare you say that? Like, that's just right-wingers lying. But no, it's all over the place now. Like, these pedophiles are everywhere. They're trying to get into all communities all the time. It's a common fact of our discourse that pedophiles are trying to push themselves into the said groups, including the LGBT. Nobody wants to talk about that. Like, nobody want to talk about that for 3 whole ass years. But for some reason, this year was like the straw that broke the camel's back. Now everyone's talking about this. Now people like me, then you got Coyote and other channels that talk about this shit getting more popular in a year, more so than ever, because we're talking about something that people refuse to acknowledge for 3 fucking years. Like, it's weird. It's like bizarro fucking world. It's just, I used to get mocked relentlessly for talking about this shit. Like, holy fuck.
Well, I mean, I've noticed that YouTube takes their sweet ass time actually sharing shit out too. Like
Yeah.
the algorithm itself, like if you take the long way around, like it will eventually like shine a little bit of light on you.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah,
shit.
exactly. Honestly, if they want to call you a vigilante, I say so be it. Vigilantism only becomes relevant when the law doesn't work properly. Well, I mean, that's usually what happens with vigilantism. It doesn't work in a vacuum. It exists as a replacement for law enforcement when law enforcement doesn't do its job properly. You know, and the fact that you have a lot of vigilante channels getting taken very seriously in discourse recently as a legitimate thing on social media, I think tells you all you need to know about the current status of the world. Like, nobody trusts the cops anymore. Like, that's made very blatant at this point. Like, at all. So, you know, some random, like, guy like Mama Max can pop in and just pull up millions of views and say, hey, this is a pedophile. We're going to harass the police about it because they won't do their job. Is actually getting shit to happen is a funny display of where we're at. It's just like, the fucking future is just some guy with a YouTube channel telling the police, hey, we got evidence on this, do your fucking jobs, and something happens is amazing to me. It really is. I love it. I think it's a great display of where things are going. Twitter even supports the map madness. Yeah, unfortunately, it very much do. Instead of duck season, it's pedo season. Yeah. Yeah, if people can't take the truth, go watch kitty YouTube where it's all sanitized. Yeah, pretty much. Kid YouTube rots your brain cells, it does. So honestly, sometimes cops can't get the bad guys, so someone step up. That's usually what happens. Vigilante justice never exists in a vacuum. Like, if it does, people laugh at it until it's taken seriously, which is only taken seriously when you know, in absence of the police. Anyway, that's kind of where I'm at, where essentially what we're watching is, I think, a calm before the storm right now. We're watching channels talk about the subject they would never touch themselves and would even mock me for even trying to talk about it. But now they're talking about it themselves. I think that's fucking funny. And we're watching all these people get very concerned about the future because it's getting to a point where some people genuinely think pedophiles might actually get what they want. And as much as I would like to try to say, oh no, that's bullshit, that ain't happening, ain't too, honey, ain't happening for shit. Honestly, I can't really disagree with the fact it might happen. Like, you either have things being normalized because you're apathetic, or it's being normalized because people just said, fine, whatever, just get it over with. Like, the cowardice that's taking place is deafening, really. I think that's where I'm trying to go with this train of thought. Excuse me for the ramble. Just thought I'll make that clear. So, although I'm sure some people don't want me talking about pedo stuff as much as I am, trust me, I hear you. I do have side projects in the work. Just don't be surprised that right after the stream, we keep talking about another installment of The Hunt, and it's another pedo conversation or dogfucker conversation, because I don't think this whole fiasco is gonna stop anytime soon. Like, let's just be honest, okay, guys? Let's just be real. I don't think any of this shit is going to stop anytime soon. Let's just stop pretending like it will. I think that's really the problem, is that people need to start, like, getting over themselves about this whole, like, oh, but you can't talk about this. You should send this to the professionals, even though we do. You should stop talking about this. You're just doing this for clout. Oh, you're doing this for clout, little fucking shit. And they don't seem to realize that this is part of the YouTube game. Like, this is where we're going. So why not have some, quote, vigilante channels? Jesus. Last time I checked, ain't fucking Aiden Pierce, but okay. I fucking love this clown world. Justice Jester, absolutely. So, just be aware. We got some wild shit to talk about even right after the stream. Like, don't even be surprised. Tomorrow's already like a set stream about something. Um, we are gonna talk about a few people, and I will mention it here on stream who we're gonna talk about. Oh, South Park, Mickey. Oh, how dare you call up pedophiles? Yo, I make money off that shit. Oh. So yeah, I want you guys aware of that. Let me go read some stupid shit. So let's go read some stupid shit from This leads into my current point, because there's another thing. So from Nicholas Diorio, there's a game called Domena, I believe that's how you pronounce it, and they apparently made some jokes about Keffals. And because they made jokes about Keffals, let's read this. We're out of ideas, mentally unstable, totally degenerate, and desperate for clout. Let's pretend we're a completely different game to regain relevance. So they made jokes about how, like, some jokes about some stupid shit, right? Now, mind you, this is just basically some game about, like, managing a group of slaves in Rome, where you're just, like, training them to be, like, murderous gladiators and shit. So I think the jokes and the edgy humor is totally in line with the usual on the game, right? But then they got fucking delisted for all of this shit. People are just getting, like, delisted. Like, I can't even find the game on, like, fucking Steam, because I can only find it through my library, because someone on the mod team just got fucking just fucking nuked shit, and it's just like, what the fuck? So apparently now we're going to have a conversation from pedophiles to, are we even allowed to have freedom of speech on the internet anymore? Like, we're just not here to make fun of a crazy person like Keffals, who owns a Catboy Ranch full of little boys and girls, mostly boys.
By the way, fuck Keffals.
And like, oh, how dare you make fun of our Troon Lord? Let's go and fucking spurg out for like the next 1,000 hours. I think that's fucking funny, because it shows you the hypocrisy. Last time I checked, a lot of trans people don't even like them.
I mean, I'll just go ahead and just say fuck Keffals, and they're a piece of shit, and shout out to Kiwi Farms, go get them.
Yeah, as the saying goes, we'll talk about Keffals soon, trust me. I just think there's a lot of stuff I have to cover, but I think it's funny because essentially the point I'm going into is, I think there's going to be a large conflict about freedom of speech on the internet, whether or not you're allowed to speak your mind or have an opinion or just exist as a person with some slight disagreements towards something, you know?
Totally is. There totally is.
Like, we're getting to a point where you're just not allowed to have discourse because some person with clout got fucking mad. And that's the reason why we're going to talk about Keffals pretty soon on the channel. Preferably sometime this weekend, because it's a very concerning road to be thrown into. It also affects people like me, because I can't have exposing weirdos without some level of journalism involved, and therefore, you know, I have to operate under the guise and principles of freedom of speech for the most part, or expression, either or. You just can't get rid of those things because you're butthurt, but I think Keffals thinks you could. It's really dumb. Jennifer Ranella says, the subject of pedophilia won't stop soon. I also love the quote-unquote clout-chasing argument, because let's be real, here's the subject: if you will get shadow banned and won't even make money off of it, mostly. Yeah, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people who will call me a clout chaser for calling out pedophiles and weirdos a lot, not understanding how oftentimes calling out these people constantly is a detriment to my channel, not a benefit. YouTube doesn't want me talking about
not
this.
just your channel. it's also a detriment to your health. We don't even know when some psycho's gonna fucking try and come at you, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta put in that factor as well.
Yeah.
We're dealing with crazy fucking people, and I would not recommend people just to fucking try and do these types of live streams.
Yo, absolutely. As I hope you know how I want to make a meme of Mickey now. Do it. Hello, your Mickey voice is perfect. Thank you, Mickey voice. Oh, little fat! How dare you call it pedophiles? I love Keffels, the pedophile. Oh, yo, we pay her to talk shit all the time. Oh, we fund a cowboy ranch and shit.
Mickey, could you explain why you let the original actor for Peter Pan die of like a heroin overdose?
Oh, because he was a little faggot. That's why.
It was because of acne.
Oh my god. Oh. Yo.
That's some actual dark history about Disney, guys.
Oh god.
Some deep lore there.
That's only scratching. Haha, this is wicked. Congratulations, fantastic Mr. Kaz Warfox. Thank you. Something about Keffel stinks. Oh yeah, no, trust me. You have no idea how far that rabbit hole goes. Trust me, I will talk about that very soon. It's gonna be wild. I can't talk about too much because I would prefer to dedicate my streams to a person or subject so we can like actually dig in deep on the subject. So just understand that.
I mean, that's why I made it as brief as possible.
Yeah. Absolutely. You play with fire, you will get burnt. Good on Kaz for taking the piss out of pedo furs, etc. Oh yeah, no, that's the thing. There's a lot of people in the furry community who do not like me, and I fucking love it. There's a lot of furries who don't like me, and I love it. It's fucking great. Like, I don't exactly know why I'm hated in certain circles of the furry fandom per se, but I think it's fucking funny because a lot of them are just like
too mean.
I'm too mean, yeah.
And we're very mean. We're very meanies.
Very big meanie. How dare you talk about the great hero the wolf? How dare you?
It's like I'm gonna tell you about your life and your server, but I'm not going to spend so much as like 2 weeks in your server.
Ever think about renaming the channel to Kaz Fox Hunts? Who knows, maybe. Also, Jennifer Ranella also talking about negativity about Keffels could get you doxxed these days, given how she's trying really hard to ruin the lives off of their critics, as locals usually do. Oh yeah, no, she's fucking nuts, dude. Like I'm supposed to totally believe that like Keffels is innocent, despite the fact that when they got raided, yes, I say the word raided, because that's more believable than swatting. Yeah, swatting in fucking Canada. That's totally fucking believable. And she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna harass some troon lover, like commissioner, to get my devices back, and I'm gonna go from what fucking Canada to Ireland at this point. Was it Ireland?
Yeah. Somewhere around there.
Yeah, that totally isn't suspect. Yeah, you fucking pull the mini lad and you expect people not to call you a pedophile. That's totally not suspicious.
And not only that, but also attack the Kiwis.
Oh yeah. See, I'll mention this on the other stream more and more, but what I love about Kiwi Farms getting hit was that it made them stronger, because now that Joshua Connor Moon has to deal with the attacks he did, he got a bunch of data centers and he's moving to make his website like decentralizing the fucking data centers and shit, and how his services are using. So now like, you know, Kiwi Farms is going to be unstoppable. It's going to be real Kiwi hours
Kiwi
forever
Farms
now.
is like Solomon Grundy, all right?
Yeah.
You kill him one way, and you can't kill him that way again.
Yeah.
You gotta come up with new ways to fucking kill him all the goddamn time, because there's no way that you're gonna stop the motherfucker.
Oh, absolutely. So like, at this point, the way they're decentralizing their fucking server use is a fucking fantastic attempt, because it means that no matter what's gonna happen, you're just not gonna take down the Kiwis. It's not gonna be possible again. Like, they had their one shot to possibly destroy the Kiwi farms, and they fucking blew it. And they're gonna scream and cry for hours on end at this point, and for weeks at this point, probably months into it. Well, Kefla goes on to, guys, phase 2, we're going to take down Kiwi farms, phase 2. Good luck with that. Even if you had some like really good hackers, like, that's not gonna be enough. Just fucking good luck.
I mean, Kiwi Farms also has their army, and they have a history of like what, 100-0.
Yeah.
I think they don't lose. Even when they lose, they don't lose.
Fucking Yorkie. He's talking about the furries in this one. They see you as a race trader because you hunt degenerates.
We are degenerates that hunt degenerates. Insert Boondock Saints quote here.
I mean, it's kind of true, though. A lot of furries don't like me because I do that. Yawn, good morning. Hello there, Peetza. How you doing? Saying some Tad, blah, blah. What do you think he's called? What do you think of the so-called witch hunt argument? I think it's BS to presume anyone with common sense would be stupid enough to entice it. Okay, how do I explain this? I feel like the word witch hunting is so overused. It's kind of a dead meme, a dead word in itself. Like, I've seen a lot of people come at me and say, "Oh, how dare you talk about this? You're just some guy witch hunting for clout," right? That's, again, it always comes back to clout for these people. The problem with this bullshit is that if you're hunting down legitimate monsters in the first place, it's not really a witch hunt, is it? It's not really like in the way they think the word witch hunt means. You are essentially a monster slayer, a real one. Now, we got some like internet fucking like witchers and shit going on here. Like, this isn't witch hunting anymore. It's a real thing. If it's a real monsters we're talking about, because like, witches are bullshit, but a pedophile isn't bullshit. Like, I'm just saying, pedophiles are real monsters. Let's stop pretending like they're fantasy stuff, okay? Like, God, I don't know why people do this. It's such a disingenuous.
Cass, if we just shake our hand at them and go no, then they'll understand, and then they'll be good, okay?
Yeah. So, as stated, is furries don't like you because they're thin-skinned and very PC. Yeah, I would probably say so. I am not very PC. I don't care. I grew up too much with Jim Medicare and all these other content creators back in the day on YouTube when I was a kid. Like, my humor is kind of stuck in the old Wild West days of the internet, and it's gonna be like that. I'm too gallows humor. I've seen some shit as a kid. Like, I've seen a lot of shit. I've also, and given my thing about being with a family that's also military family, you get to see the gallows humor all the time. So I'm used to that shit. I don't know why people are so butthurt over internet jokes like that or memes or whatever. It's just dumb. I think some people need to learn to grow the fuck up.
Yeah.
You have to spray the pedos with the water bottle, Kaz. Filthy Frank for me. Oh no, Filthy Frank. Oh god, I loved Filthy Frank. That shit was fucking fun.
The Franku.
Yes.
Hey, Boats.
He won't. Fucking
You
love
need the
that shit.
booze, see Boats.
Ever consider doing a video case study on Rich Monk or Captain formerly from like I don't remember who that is. I don't know who that is. Maybe?
Yeah, we don't know, but you can always go into the Discord and maybe ask that in our Discord, and we could probably look into it.
Pussy, please, boss.
Give me the boozy balls.
Pussy.
I have a cancer, boss.
yeah, so when it really comes down to it, in my personal opinion, yeah, my influences, because I know someone asked about my influences that got me here. A lot of edgy content creators from back in the day. Again, that's the content I grew up with. You got your internet aristocrat, otherwise known as Jim Medicare at the time. Well, yeah. You had
So
Filthy
shout
Frank.
out to his stream like either yesterday or
Yeah.
day before. That one was a good one.
Yeah. You've had other content creators like Filthy Frank and others, and like I grew up with like some very, 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 very edgy people. And also the fact that where I grew up, where I actively lived, and with my family, I also in turn grew up with very, 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 very edgy people. Excuse me. Soul says, "Is that real? But the Christian stuff? I don't think he's actually running from the police. At least not sure. I mean, nowadays,
I mean,
nowadays,
it's good to fantasize about it.
it's good to fantasize about it, but like, let's be real. Journalists will go on any fucking tangent about any fucking story without proof checking every fucking time. It's why I don't listen to journalism nowadays. Like, modern day journalism has become a fucking joke. If YouTubers can do a better job at journalism than you, it's probably high time you put up the coat and just fucking leave. Jesus fuck. But
well, I mean, they're also using like age-old fucking technology there.
yeah,
They really are. Like they still have that. let me pop, let me pop some of the bubbles from the news media. They still have. Have you ever seen those? Like whenever you watch news and they're like, "And now Phil for the weather," and then Phil's standing there and it takes him a couple of seconds and he's like, "Oh yeah, thanks, Jess," and starts doing his little bit. Oh, that's because of their old ass tech where they have it to where it takes like a couple of minutes before it finally goes over. And they could have just a live stream and somebody text them, "Hey, we're about to move you over to doing this." Or unmute them on Discord. For fuck's sakes, we could make a news source on the internet and it would be comparable to the fucking mainstream media.
oh,
It would be on Discord.
Yeah. Filthy Frank created the ultimate theme song for Pedo. Old Kill Yourself. Absolutely. But yeah, so essentially we're at a strange little impasse with the future, and that is that you have people who are having hot debates about pedophiles. And, oh, trust me when I say that. Like, with people we're gonna bring on stream and people are gonna talk about, oh yeah, it's going to get crazier, guys. Trust me. I'm not joking when I say this. Like, there's a reason why my content has been like getting more rapid fire with like videos and streams and shit, because this shit's all over the place now. It's like you just can't avoid the subject anymore. So I'm not even gonna try. I mean, I didn't even try 3 years ago.
They come to us randomly a lot of the time.
Yeah,
and they're just like, "We want a live stream," and it's like, "Okay, let's do this." Like,
Isabella,
they just come up to hang themselves. I guess I don't know. Fucking weird.
Yeah. That's where we're fucking at, dude. It's just like this subject obviously isn't gonna die down anytime soon. Not sure why people expect me to do that. Of all things, like, yeah, the one thing I talk about a lot, I'm gonna stop talking about because it hurts people's feelings. Like, okay, sounds totally rational. What is there to debate? Pedophiles should be burned on the cross. Well, I mean, yeah. But, as the saying goes, you hang a man with enough rope. Just give it to him.
Oh, no. Maps belong on the wall. Hashtag maps belong on the wall. I want that trending.
Oh my fucking god! It was like, what does Cass think of the recent like Alex Jones trial? Holy shit, it was funny. Himself. Yeah. I think heard a little bit about that.
I think Alex Jones kind of hung himself.
Yeah, he did.
I don't
Started an
like
hour
saying
ago.
that.
What do I miss, boys and girls? Not too much other than us talking about where the channel's going, I guess. I don't think too much. You can probably rewatch this anytime you like. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, we don't need show times. You watch this on your time.
Yeah.
We're like Greg Gorillo over here. You watch this on your time. You pay us anytime. It's all right.
So yeah, apparently like just talking about pedophiles, though, not free Alex. So like we're at this point. We're at this like point where apparently you're just not allowed to have a conversation. And so people are like, "Oh, Kaz Warfox." Like I literally got accused of being a racist because I allowed some person of color in my server to say the N-word. And then like the guy on stream, I shit you not, try to call me a fucking zoophile over this. Like that was fucking wild. Oh, some fucking tard called me a fucking zoophile because I let people on my server be edgy on the internet. Like what the fuck? Dander's retards is funny. You missed a lot.
I had this.
What's his boyfriend? I mean, just imagine that, Vash. Imagine your discourse is, I don't like you because you let people be edgy in your server, therefore you a zoophile. Like, how does that
Yeah, I've heard that one. I've also heard because we actively go after these types that we are somehow that, and I'm like, okay, yeah, there can't be any other reason.
Maps belong to the test subject in units 731. Hello, having conversations actually fix things. Who wants that? I know, right? Who wants that? They just want to fucking spurg about nothing. There you go. Thank you for the $2, Yorkie. It's really appreciated. Peetza goes, kiddos belong in the truck of a car at the bottom of a river with their balls cut off and shoved down their throat. Yes. Imagine having an actual conversation with actual racists. Oh my god, that person would have an niche fit, wouldn't it? Well, yeah, I know I'm not a zoophile, but it's funny watching, like, okay, so I got a bunch of random fucking furries the last couple of weeks pop up in my channel for no reason. One of them popped in on the channel and server just to get mad because, you know, some people in my server talked poorly about them because they're like, they like to call people clout chasers, for example. But this guy would only talk about Sappho and shit for internet attention. He's even admit that on a Senate stream, a Senate recording from the Senate group. So you can go look at that. It's fucking funny. And then like this guy comes into my community. Him and his friends get mad because someone said the N-word, and then tried to call me a fucking zoophile over it because of what someone else said in the server. So it was like, oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. This is why I love making fun of furries. Oh, I love how furries do that shit. Abso-fucking-lutely. It makes me just mwah. Chef kiss Kino. Amazing. Oh, this fucking yeah. So furries are fucking funny. It's a reason why, like, you know, I'm kind of like their boogeyman of sorts and not their boogeyman. It's amazing. I can't wait to keep talking about this furry shit. We got some stuff coming soon, I'm sure. So yeah, it's pretty nuts. Anyway, we got some visitors coming in from the Discord. Kaz has been called everything under the sun. Abso-fucking-lutely. I have been called many things. Absolutely.
It's fucking weird. We're all we are simultaneously everything, apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
We're on every side somehow. It's weird.
Oh, excuse me.
If we listened to literally all of the all of the criticisms that everybody's given us over the past 3 years, we would not get anything done. We could not say anything.
Oh,
We
absolutely.
would just sit there silent, just in front of our computer, internally screaming. Like,
Oh, absolutely, my dude. It's one of those things where it's like, oh, God.
Sorry.
No, I get what you're talking about. It's just, the amount of stuff we called, was it? I had people call me a pedophile because apparently going after pedophiles makes you one, apparently. I've been called a zoophile. I've been called a racist. I've been called a criminal, a vigilante. I've been called many things.
We've been called Republican. We've been called Antifa.
Yeah, we've been called many things, and I love it because it fucking reeks of seething and coping, and it's amazing. I love this shit. So that's the thing. Slaps top of the server. This baby can fit so many locales in it. Absolutely.
Yes.
It's our server. This yeah, absolutely. How many fucking locales can we just throw in the server? Has Warfox for president 2024? Oh no, don't do that. Oh no, I'll be the worst. No, I would make
actually, I'm beginning to get to the age of becoming president. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Most of our viewers are American, right? I can do the Sargon
Make a
thing.
government decree to say the N-word.
No, I would make a government decree that anyone can say whatever they want. Expression and freedom of speech would be one of my main core things.
Fucking make it like to where pedophiles are mandatory to go through a firing squad. They have to face the wall. There you go. But yeah, so I love the
Tag maps belong on walls.
I love this shit because a lot of the overly sensitive types in the furry fandom, I love it because it's like, imagine getting so mad at a fur fag on the internet who's edgy and talks about edgy subjects and stays consistent. I think that's funny because it proves to you a sort of hypocrisy. Imagine getting butthurt that some random person, that wasn't me by the way, said the N-word. And then like, you want to tone police people, but you think you have the right to call people zoophiles with no proof. And all this other shit. So basically, it's okay when you do it, is the argument I'm getting from it. Also, thank you, Yorkie, for 2 pounds. Thanks for your service to the racist community. Absolutely. If you guys respect the community, you're part of it, say, we are Fox Mafia. Yeah, there we go. Fox Mafia, everybody. We are Fox Mafia. Hypocritical shit. Oh, absolutely. It is profoundly hypocritical, and I love it. I love the hypocrisy. So, speaking about furries, there's definitely going to be more content talking about the furry fandom. So, expect more autism like that. I guarantee you it's going to be a shit show. It's going to be great. I'm going to love it. I'm going to laugh all the way. It's going to be great. So, enjoy that shit. Kaz has been authentic since Kaz has been authentic since the Chaos 120 days. Oh, absolutely. Chaos 120 was a shit show. That shit was fucking funny, though. Oh, fucking Scooby 331. Oh, what a bitch. What a little bitch. I'll never forget the day we talked about like he was a hardline like neo fascist, right? Neo-Nazi. And he goes, "Oh yeah, guys, I'm just gonna go to this museum right here, and he's got this fucking raccoon butt plug coming straight out of his fucking asshole while he's just walking with his fucking cane." That was fucking funny. I'm sorry. Who takes that seriously?
Yeah. He's and the thing is whenever he's walking with the cane, he's not actually walking with the cane. As somebody who has had ankle and knee injuries, I know that you're supposed to use the cane to lean on the side that you can't really walk on. And yeah, he's using it as a fucking swagger stick. So
says I wish I could have met you 3 years ago. Oh, it would have been wild, dude. It would have been wild. I'll say that most certainly. Excuse me. Let's see, we're at hour and 3 minutes. I'll be able to add some callers in soon. We get some people to call
and
in.
that's all the more reason to shout out the Discord. We do a lot of different stuff here. I personally
I
come
dare you to
in
say,
and
I'll fucking do it again
coffee
in
and
Goofy's voice.
shit like that in here sometimes.
I'll fucking do it again.
Yup.
I'll do it again, bitch.
I'm about to yuck you
up. I'm not as good as Goofy as I am on Mickey. Oh, little fat, come here. Also,
Of course, Mickey.
Thank you for the
Listen,
Streamlabs super
there's
chat,
one.
Nos. They wanted me to do Goofy's voice if I did it. I'm not sure if I'm too good at it, but there you go. Take it for what it is. Fox Mafia. That's it. Oh, Fox Mafia for the wet faggots. Oh. Fucking Mickey Mouse just pops in with a Tommy gun and go, oh, time to die, Jeffrey Epstein. I learned I can do a Kermit voice. Kermit the Frog here. Yeah, kinda. I can kinda do it barely though. Kermit the Frog here, you a bitch. Oh God, Scooby, no.
I am perfect, and you will repeat everything I say.
Kermit the Frog here, Kermit suicide, oh!
No, Kermit, you're not allowed to kill yourself. Had to keep... You remember whenever the black guy that was in a scuba suit with a cape kidnapped you?
I don't like thinking about that. Oh, fuck. Kermit the Frog here. I don't like thinking about that. So yeah, no, we'll definitely add callers in a moment. I'm just being stupid. Don't mind me. But yeah, so there's a lot writing on this channel doing some stuff. Half is proof that the water turned the frogs gay. Oh God. Hello. Kermit the Frog here. I've turned it very homosexual. That explains why he fucks a pig. Let's see. Oh God, can you do Sir Ian, Mr. Ian? Oh no, I probably can't do that. Fuck. Alright, I'm trying to donate through Streamlabs, but it's being a bitch. Yeah, you can also stream through Super Chat if you have to. I don't know what the fuck is going on with fucking Streamlabs right now.
I did like the one that went through that went, are you retarded?
Absolutely. Are you retarded? Yes. We are the army of the retards. We're known as the Fox Mafia. Real mafia. Retarded. Fuck. Anyway. So that's where we're going into this as, and there's a lot on the channel, so I just want you guys aware of this. Just watch out for that. There's gonna be lots of content. There's gonna be lots of streams, videos. Just be sure to also check up on other shit if you're into that. Just it's gonna be fucking wild. So we'll get some callers in just a moment because I'm trying to. Okay, computer, stop spurging. Hello there, Digi. How you doing?
Hey man, how's it going? You like the memes I sent you?
Yes. Oh, get in there, little Timmy.
You let me in, little Timmy. Okay. Oh, there it is.
Oh,
God.
man, this shit's really good.
So, hello, Digi.
Hello, my friendos. Yeah.
Hello there, Fox Azure. Feel free to speak your
You
mind
did.
on the call. And you two
Yeah.
Digis. Yeah, I'm messing up.
Yes, yes, yes.
We're gonna kind of do a rotating door kind of thing.
Yeah, let's do that. Rotating door.
Yeah.
Okay, just a moment. Please bear with me. Didn't set up my my microphone.
Hey, no worries. And also, by the way, it's good to remind everyone that while we're live that there's times where we will be in VC directly after the this is not live. So as soon as this goes off, and you can actually come into the Discord and chat with us right after we're live.
Yeah, we're probably doing autistic shit though, so if you're
Yeah,
not
we're playing video games or we're doing random shit.
Yeah, I get
We're just
yeah.
just shooting shit.
Yeah.
So,
Awesome.
I'm sorry. May I?
Go ahead.
I just really quick. You know how I like to be in and out of here. I know you guys got a lot of people waiting, and I don't want to be a bother. So, I actually had to take notes as I was listening to the stream, so I didn't forget shit when I finally got in. But thank you very much for bringing me in. So first off, you mentioned the Scooby 331 drama.
Yes.
And I was revisiting that recently because I was like, I really got to brush up on this. And a big shout out to Adonis Paul. He had a great episode of Late Night with Adonis Paul last night. If you didn't catch that, go ahead and check him out. He's got a few channels. And excuse me. So revisiting that drama was like, you know, I was looking at it, and I think I made it to episode 3 or so. No, it was episode 2, I believe. Kaz made his first appearance in the saga on.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the date of the upload, and I'm like, has it really been 5 years?
Oh, yeah.
Or 3 years? And I'm like, I'm looking back on it because I remember that shit when it went down, right? And I'm looking at it, and it's funny because you're saying it seems like, you know, Vash, you said earlier, it seems like it was months ago. You know, it's funny because on one hand, to me, it does. I think I told you guys this before in a VC in my server the other day. On one hand, it feels like, yeah, it's only been a couple of weeks, it like yesterday or whatever. But on the other hand, it seems like it's been 100 years. It's a weird duality. It both seems like it's been a very long time and a very short time.
Oh, yeah.
I blame the lockdown for that. But
I feel that.
and also, I remember you saying earlier that you've been both called a Republican and Antifa.
Yeah.
Funny how that happens to us in this circle, because I've both been called Antifa and a neo-Nazi unironically.
Yep.
And it's like, so which one is it? Take your friggin' pick, you know?
Both.
Like, what the fuck? Like, both of those factions are my fucking enemy, okay? So, I guess that's all I had to say to you guys. Peaceful sunset.
Later, dude.
Well, I mean, be
Yeah.
sure to seek Kyle Fox's or.
Yeah. I got a friend in real life. Interestingly, coincidentally, his name is Kyle. He does punch holes in drywall. He likes
Wait,
Limp
you found
Bizkit,
him?
and he drinks Monster Energy. He knows about the meme too.
Can you tell me? Can you tell me how tall he is? About like yay tall?
About 7 feet. If I reach up really high. By the way, I'm not exaggerating either. He is like 7 feet tall.
Okay,
So if I stand
then
up,
we found
right?
him.
I'm just shy of 6 foot. So if I hold my hand up at an angle, at about a 20-degree angle, that's about how tall Kyle is, right? He's about that tall. So I literally stood up and did it to measure. Yeah, he's about that tall.
All right.
So-
Well, we apparently have found Kyle.
Yeah, and let us know if you see him.
Yeah, if you've seen Kyle, just
So,
remember he's about this
we
high.
can't see
Seen
Kyle.
Yeah. Remember.
Yeah, I think the worst part about this is I'm not making any of that shit up. I actually do have a friend who's like 7 feet tall named Kyle, drinks Monster Energy, punches hole in drywalls, and likes Five-Finger Death Punch and Limp Bizkit.
Dude, I can't wait
I
to hear
mean-
more about him later.
I'll for those of y'all who are in my server, if I can get him to do it someday, I will actually feature him in my VC. We can all ask him
Yes.
questions about being the literal embodiment of the meme.
Can't wait to see Kyle.
Yeah,
my
you'll be able to see Kyle. All right, I'm out of here.
Yeah,
Ejected.
you guys can see him.
So
You'll
yeah,
see Kyle.
So yeah, he does bring up a good point. I've been called many things. I think was it the furry fandom says I'm too right wing for them. That's another one. So anytime they go, "Are you a furry?" I'm like, "No, I'm too right wing for furries." So I guess I ain't one. Take
You're
that for
too
what you will.
left wing to not be a furry.
Yeah, it's one of those weird dualities.
Yeah, it's like Kanye West. He's too white to be black and too black to be white.
Yep. So let's go ahead. Let's go see about Yorkie, and then we'll go through a bottom list where it's like we'll get Grinch at right after, I believe, and a few other people. Hey there, Yorkie.
But
how you doing?
Gigi, what do you think about the 3 years?
Dude, I've been along the ride for these 3 years, and it's been a shit show. And that's like,
Yeah, it truly has.
yeah, because I remember first time I joined in was the first Danny Romano's bullshit.
Yeah. Speaking of dumb shit, hey Yorkie, feel free to express us your opinions about the last so many years.
It's just been a glorious fucking train wreck.
I remember like you've seen my content well before I went after.
Yeah, I think I met you. It was back when Sarah Hatchby Sanders was still alive.
Oh right, he told me about
God, that's where I first met you actually, Cass.
Sarah Crasby.
There had
Yeah.
to be Sanders. He got mad at me once, and she
oh
was
my
like, "I'm gonna shoot
God.
you with a 38 Special Cas Warfucks."
Fuck, I remember.
Oh shit! I remember her, and I remember her from 3 separate streams, dude. Like there were 3 fucking separate Discord servers that I remembered her from. One of them, she was like going in, and it was like in Cogs.
Yep.
She was coming in and going like, "You guys must be nigger lovers."
Oh my god,
Like
she
with
said
that much hatred in the voice.
And,
Jesus.
Oh my
and I
God.
wasn't there for that.
Oh yeah, no, Yorkie, you would have doubled
Oh
the hands.
shit!
Like I'm not a
Like,
foodie.
and I was like, "Ma'am, are you drunk?" Like, you know.
That's pretty ironic because she tried guilt tripping me because of the shit I said to your boy Pat once when I was drunk.
Oh yeah. So since we're on that topic, I guess we'll have another story time about that. So I was hanging around with a group of dudes. We were just trolling internet shit. This was like well before I did pedo hunting, by the way. I mean, I sort of had to deal with the subject too because of just like, yeah, it's just one of those weird things where I still have to deal with the subject, but it wasn't like as prevalent on a show. This was during the Chaos 120 days. Now, Chaos 120 was just some stupid like YouTube group streaming thing that people were doing on YouTube that I was added into, and it was more about news and politics. And so when I made my own content eventually, it was more about news and politics. Where we just made fun of everybody. There was never allegiance on any side. It was just us making fun of everybody. I had a dude as a co-host, and another dude, and so Sarah Hatcherby was obsessed with this one guy, who's a friend of the channel at the time, and she would constantly harass him, and part of it was because he did partly let her on, which was stupid on his part, but he was harassing she was harassing him to a point where every second he wasn't in call with her, he would be calling her, and he would be like, she would be calling him, and he would be just disappearing off the chat every single fucking time. It got so bad that we actually had to confront her, and we did, and she got really mad at me. So what happened was, we tried to be understanding and say, hey, you should stop obsessing over this guy. She got very mad and started saying, I know people don't like my personality too much, so bless their hearts. And I said, if we were to base like any content, like it was like, I know my personality was not everyone's favorite cup of tea. And I said, if you were a cup of tea, you would be bitter. You'd be the reason why they threw tea off the ships during the Boston Massacre.
You would be wormwood.
Cass,
Pure wormwood.
Cass, if she was tea, the British themselves would be throwing it in the fucking harbour.
Yeah. I was just laughing. We were just like insulting this crazy bitch, and so she got mad, really, really mad with me, and then screamed at me and said, "I'm going to shoot you with a 38 Special Cas War Fox. I'm going to get my ass over there in California one of these days and set you right, you scrawny ass little faggot." And I was just laughing my ass off. She then got mad and decided to make a stream condemning everyone because, this guy didn't want to talk to her anymore. And she doxed out his 7-inch peener all over the internet over it. So I popped in on stream. She was going on rants about me. I said, "Hey, can I just say something? Can I just say something?" And she's like, "What?" I got a very important question needs to be asked. And the question was, I put up a song on the microphone that was from Filthy Frank as "Shut the Fuck Up." And it was just playing, "Shut the fuck up." You're a stupid cunt.
Fucking cunt.
And she was fucking screaming like a banshee on stream. She was fucking screaming like a banshee on stream. I had almost the entire song blurted out word for word until she eventually just banned me off of her fucking chat. Oh, it was magical. And then she died. I'm not joking. She died.
Yes.
So we just mock her. We mock her grave every now and then. It was amazing.
That bitch was an actual racist.
Yeah.
As a member of the racist community, we disavow her.
That's great.
Is any of this stuff archived somewhere? Oh, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. Like there was a bunch of people going at her at the time. I'm sure archives exist. I don't know, like, if they are.
I remember there was.
There's certain things that you should have been there, but the mods of those servers will know about. Like if you ask them.
I remember there was one time it was on Mad Dodger's channel. I think it was a Christmas Eve or Christmas Day thing, and we all just fucking ran a train on the bitch. And I remember Casa, she fucking blocked you and Trippy Poop, so you were both kicked out the Google Hangouts, and Trippy made like 3 alt accounts to get back in.
Yep.
So I think my favourite insult to her throughout all that stream, it was a Penoid. He said, if Sarah was drowning, I'd give her a glass of water.
Beautiful.
Oh.
Damn. This is why we're friends, York.
Bear Dog says, I had several drunken screaming matches with that stupid cunt. Oh yeah, no, that shit was fucking funny. I'm sorry. That was amazing. It was so the bitch is dead. She learned. It's like she. What? She's dead. Like she tried. So she had a fender bender and she was dying, and she tried to actually call me to and force me to apologize to her before she died. And I said, I hope Satan rapes you with a pitchfork.
That's not how apologies work. You don't just go, "Oy vey, guy, I'm dying. Apologize to me."
She died like a couple days later, and I was just fucking sitting there like, okay, cool.
Yeah, well, fuck the bitch. Like,
Yeah.
I was. Like I remember, I was like back then. I was normally hanging around like COG server because there was some pretty cool people over there, and I'd mainly just play video games, and I'd watch COG live, but he's now doing, I don't know, he's going by some other name. I think it's like Backwards Internet
Yeah, I
or
don't know.
something like that.
Yeah, I think the last cognitive thought video I ever saw it was when him and Tonkaso were doing conspiracy theories together.
Yes,
Like
Iris.
Hollow Moon and shit.
Iris. Yes, that literally happened. She tried to get me on call to force me to apologize on her deathbed, and I said, "Fuck you, bitch. I hope I hope you enjoy Satan shoving a pitchfork up your ass for eternity. I hope you enjoy hell." And then she got very mad. I just left, and a couple days after she died. She just went.
That's a certified hoodie classic right there.
Yep.
Should we do like Digi and then have another one come in through the way?
Yeah. So anything else you got to say, Yorkie?
Not much. Just glad I've been along for the ride for 3 years, and let's just see how far we get before we all get fucking suicided. Two bolts in back at head.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've known you guys for a little bit longer than 3 years.
Yeah, it's been about 4 years now.
I would dare say 5 to 6.
Okay, guys, hold on. Iris goes, imagine not being around with friends and family while you're on your deathbed. That's because, okay, here's another factoid about Sarah Hatcheby Sanders. Nobody wants her. Her family does not care about her at all. They were not around when she concluded.
To be fair, I think they were a little too busy dealing with the fact that her nephew was a kiddie diddler or some shit like that.
Oh.
Do you remember that, Cass?
Yeah. Yeah, she doxed herself because she released a story about how like one of her family members raped a kid.
Or attempted to, or something like that. I think it was her nephew.
Yeah, I believe he attempted to and then failed because he was too retarded to pull it off.
Yeah, and some weird attempt of not covering it up, but trying to save face or some shit. She said something like, "Oh, she was gonna wait for him and beat him with a spoon." Like, bitch, if one of my relatives did that, I wouldn't be using a spoon, I'd be using a fucking axe.
I remember secretly laughing when Cassandra read hard on Kaz's stream. Yeah, she had like a Jonathan Ross level scream. Amazing. Anyway, is there anything else you guys like to say before we start pulling in other people?
Nope. I think that's about it, really.
Alright. See you later, Yoki. I think Digi can stay because he's got soundboard.
Yeah, I'm a people please.
Yeah, just because of that.
Yeah.
Hello there, Grinch. You're on show. Feel free to speak your mind.
Hey, everybody.
Hello there.
Hello.
Christ. I'm very excited to see where this channel goes in the future. Kaz, you were actually one of my favorite YouTubers right now.
Nice.
It actually tops my weird, creepy, weeaboo tendency to watch Takahata's VTuber streams.
Damn.
And believe me, as a borderline shut-in that has basically nothing to do besides go to school and fix up my house and watch anime or play video games, that does say a lot. You trump my the child in me that refuses to grow up.
Hell yeah.
That's
So,
something.
what do you think about the fact this has been going on for 3 years and whatnot?
Honestly, I think it says a lot about your character and the content that you put out. To be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, you've had consistent viewer amounts. Your subscriber count has only been growing.
Mhm.
And despite all those weird commentary channel people being like, he's evil, with the Marge Simpson voice, evil. He's evil.
He's evil.
I think, as far as I know, you're doing better than them. I mean, the only people I see legit try to start shit with you are the people that you actively talk about being pieces of shit.
Mm.
I mean, you got Cassandra Mel, the person who literally just like blocked people left and right on Twitter for saying, yeah, but here's the thing, to come onto your show, and I think that says a lot about your strength of character and just your charisma on the mic in general.
Hell yeah.
But I do think you definitely got a brighter future than people give you credit for.
Yeah, I guess so. Excuse me. It's one of those things where it's like, I think it's interesting to see where this is going, because at this point there's still so much to talk about and do with this, especially right now. Like, after this stream's done, there'll be like another one immediately after talking about some interesting shit. So yeah, you're not wrong there.
Yeah. I mean, you don't spend your time going after like the most popular targets. You consistently find people that I've never heard of and are just still really weirdly creepy.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not against the idea of talking about popular topics every now and then, but it's like one of those things where I kind of enjoy talking about smaller, more obscure people, because I find the work more interesting. Definitely helps on research.
They also tend to be.
Very good.
They also tend to be a lot less well versed in handling people, talking to them, because you don't. As much as I like Lyle sometimes, he comes full out of the gate being a dickhead to people. And while I do agree these people are awful and deserve to be called a dickhead, you're not gonna get any you're not gonna really get much when you immediately make them feel defensive. You know, you at least come out of the gate with a modicum of what's the word I'm looking for? I wouldn't say respect, but at least, hey, we're two people having a conversation here.
Yeah, as Iris just said, like when someone is screaming their head off at Kaz, he's just sitting there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's like that meme with the picking on the corn,
Well, I get what you mean.
What?
The classic saying of you catch more with honey.
Catch more flies with honey?
Yeah, you catch more flies with honey.
Well, I wouldn't even say it's honey. I mean, you're not like being like, hey, this is a safe space. Don't worry. I'm gonna use my nice ASMR voice. You're I would say you're more like sparkling water. You don't come out of the gate like flavored like the bubbly water, but you're like, this is refreshing kind of thing,
Yeah. Get that. See, Kaz is definitely a guy I would actually not mind hanging out with. He's just so casual with and stuff, which makes it funny when someone gets enraged.
Yeah.
With a fucking Cassandra Mel screaming her head off.
God. Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've legitimately heard someone rage in anger, but good lord. That took me back to some good times.
That was peak. Like I was honestly wanting that stream to just keep going, because we could have just kept her there. We could have done like a 5-hour stream. We could have done a 10-hour stream. Like this person was not gonna leave until they were absolutely exhausted.
No, like, what is with these people not leaving the moment they realize, oh shit, I'm screwed?
Well, I think for Lazzy, it's the fact that he thinks he's getting like a rise out of people, But the things that keep getting thrown at him are just the same things that everybody else keeps getting. At this point, it's like passive annoyance. You see the pedophile walking by you on the street. You don't even look at him. You just give him the middle finger and keep on going with your day.
Yeah.
Only in this case, it's just sending wood chipper memes to him. It's like, you know what? I got 5 seconds out of my day. I can do this. I think for Mel, it was more like she refused to like be the one who lost, even though she legitimately lost because, you know, who's the one who decided to make themselves look like the least empathetic person on the face of the earth?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it doesn't help they were born in Aussie, so they're automatically really lost that debate.
Oh, I'm an empathetic person. Immediately just goes back to their ancestry of being racist.
Not even race. I mean, there's a reason. Like Yorkie would tell you, there's a reason the Aussies were. Like, there's a reason why they put all the prisoners in Australia.
I mean, are we sure she's not South African? Because that was some really weird racism.
At this point,
I mean, she might have some Asian in it, honestly. You know how those
Yorkie
fuckers.
says the last time I heard someone spoke as hard as Sandra, it was either Stetson Hardwick or Lance. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
That was fucking nuts.
He's about as coherent as Stetson. There's no victims of pedophilia. Is just a step away from saying pedophilia is not. Lord.
Jesus fuck. So you got anything else on the docket there?
Keep doing what you're doing because it is clearly working for you.
Yeah, most certainly.
I mean, your audience has grown. You've clearly had enough people supporting you, and you've had the gut to go through with this for 3 years. Which, I mean, 3 years in college for me was just I was worn out. I can't imagine spending 3 years going after these people.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I have to imagine like getting them on the show and watching them make an ass out of themselves is like it's like when you finish your final and you're exhausted, but because you've done all the research, but you found out you passed, and you're just like, oh my god, that was amazing. It has to be better than heroin.
Guess so. It's definitely a lot to kind of sit there and go, fuck, I actually been doing this for a while. Holy shit. And it's one of those things where I'm just like, god damn,
Yeah.
3 fucking years.
Yeah.
How
I
the
mean,
fuck?
at least you're not at the Doug Walker point where you're just like you don't even remember how.
Yeah, Doug Walker. It's like he gets to a point that his personality is stuck as this nostalgia critic because he's been doing it for so long. Imagine how horrifying that would be. Like a perfect blue situation. In real life. Sounds horrifying.
And you will always be the War Fox.
E?
Just like I'll always be Vashlin Seth.
Yeah, he's always gonna be the furry daywalker.
Why is that not a hashtag?
Hashtag furry daywalker.
Quick, somebody draw Cass's blade.
You know what? Even better. I'll make it.
That actually,
Oh yeah.
yeah, we could make that happen.
That'd be fantastic. Yeah.
I'm
I
wanting
would say
to
the
have a
word-
Project Mugen where we can have all of the main reoccurring guests in a Mortal Kombat format.
That'd be great.
Oh god, I would love to see us in like a Magic the Gathering card set.
That'd actually be kind of.
I mean, I could just imagine Cass's like mid-air attack being like a pineapple grenade while he dashes back, or like, you know, like his like his execution is a double barrel shotgun. He just fucking goes right under the chin.
Oh no, fairy day waka.
Dear
Oh no.
God.
Oh no, the furry daywalker
And
is
what?
dead.
Vash just casts vicious mockery at people, and that's his spam like the Hadouken.
No. Mine would be like how Phoenix Wright would be.
Oh yes.
I'd be
yes.
throwing papers.
Receipts,
Oh,
mother.
papers.
Receipts.
That's a nice.
And what, like, your finisher is you impaled somebody on that big receipt spear?
No. My finisher is I take them and then it looks like I'm about to do a friendship where I start doing psychology, but then I just break their neck.
Nice. But, yeah, man, just keep on doing what you're doing, because you're doing whatever amounts to the Lord's work here.
Hell yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I genuinely look forward to seeing where you go from here.
Oh yeah. There's a lot to plan. It's just takes a lot of time. Time's an interesting resource at this point.
But thanks for having me on, so I can both be a dickhead to people and eat up time and hopefully make people feel better with the horrible shit that you guys end up bringing on
No problem.
and
Dude.
exposing to the world.
Oh yeah, I mean you've been pretty good at being the comedic backdrop a little bit, making it a little bit lighter hearted.
Hell yeah.
I am the backup dancer to this channel. Oh lord.
Gotta be laughing,
Yeah,
gotta be smiling, gotta be shaking that ass.
Later. Anyway.
Yeah, man. But seriously, best of luck going forward. You know I'm gonna be watching the whole time.
Hell yeah, dude. Also, can we get a Fox Mafia before you leave?
Yeah. Guy.
Yo,
Good.
Fox Mafia, ride or die, motherfucker.
There you go. There you go. That's Grinch.
Now
Hope
we're
you guys have one.
officially a gang, guys.
Oh, organized criminal gang war.
We need to have matching leather jackets.
Oh, fuck! I also forgot. One of the changes along with the channel is we're considering how to explain this. All right, so we're trying to limit how many people can easily access the server. So the server links are not going to be as easy to grab as before, and that's not because we're trying to be malicious or retarded about it or anything. It's just a safety precaution, because we kept noticing that got some creeps trying to get into the servers to do their gay ops and shit, which happens a lot. You know, you talk about zoophiles, you talk about pedophiles, you tend to attract these people to you because you talk about them. You know, good old-fashioned saying about inviting evil in your life and all that. So what we're doing here is, if you want to be able to catch the Discord server, then feel free to watch around the streams and watch around the videos and stuff like this. Whenever there's a premiere out, there will be active links that will only last as long as the streams or the videos are up, as in like through the live streams are premiering. Or, and this won't be a change immediately, we'll have to figure out a few things here. If you would be able to donate through Patreon, all of the tiers should have access to say, if you paid on Patreon, you'll get a link to the server. Now, for people who haven't gotten a link to the server through paying for it, you're not going to get kicked out of the server for doing so or not doing so, especially those who are OG members of the server or community. Also, that's a fantastic image. Let me post that in a minute. Yeah, like, we're not going to get rid of you for not paying money to be in here, especially if you haven't done so before and you joined. You'll be considered more of an OG of the server. That'll be fine. But we're trying to limit how many people can join because we keep having to deal with people on show popping in, and then there's like gay oppers coming in afterwards. Like we just dealt with the Dander shit, the other shit. The Bowman came in to start some shit. Like other like weird, like you got weirdo Spurgs, and then you got people like Bowman, who's like some real sexual deviant, and there's a lot of gay ops that happen. A lot of gay ops that happen. So we want to limit that by making sure that, and then in the meantime, if you want to join the stream, if you want to join the community, join the Discord server, then you're going to have to watch the streams or watch the videos as they premiere.
Yes.
Or, alternatively,
Exactly.
pay your way in through Patreon, which all tiers should give you access to that regardless. It doesn't matter what tier you use. It's basically all tiers that you pay for will guarantee you a link to the Discord server.
And I think it's as low as $1, right?
Absolutely, yes. It's as low as $1.
So you can come in for as low as $1, or you can like wait until we're live, and then whenever we're live, we'll usually have like the link available.
Absolutely. So, just be aware of that. We're just going to limit this to a certain degree because I appreciate the growth in both the server and the YouTube channel. No problem there, but there's a lot of weirdos who want to either start fights or try lots of gay ops, and this is like the only way we can fix the problem for us right now, is by limiting the you know, who can get in here. So just keep that in mind. Anyway, thank you guys for the support, especially all the guys who popped in the server. Yeah, we got a lot of people popping in everywhere. Very appreciate that. Before we continue on with our last guest of the show, please by all means like, subscribe, and share around the content. It would be great.
Don't forget to ring that motherfucking bell.
Yes, ring that motherfucking bell. Otherwise, YouTube will refuse to, you know, send you shit anyway. You know, notification. You do that all the time.
Ring the subscribe button. Smash the bell.
Yep. All right, so let's go with Atari. Welcome on the show, Atari. I do apologize for taking so long. Feel free to speak your piece. Hello?
How's everyone doing tonight?
Pretty good. How about you?
Doing alright for the most part. You know,
Can anyone hear her? I'm trying to boost her up.
I know. No, she just
Thank
keeps
you
getting
for
more and more.
having me on
Here we go.
and all that. Yeah, that episode was freaking wild. I can't believe she called me a freaking slut afterwards, but I was like, I don't give two fucks. I've been through this. It's all over. It's in the past. But somehow she got me so freaking angry that I basically lashed out at her. And I was like, okay, you still need to take your med, you still need to calm down. Like try to relax. And that's basically what I did afterwards. Like, I was there for a little bit for the after roasting, but I was like, I need to chill. So, yeah. Other than that, it was really fun. I thank friends for joining me to you guys and all that, and I am so so happy that I'm able to be here and meet everyone here.
Hey.
Yeah, you cut out the last bit, but I think we get what you're talking about. Yeah, no. So, what do you think about the fact that this has been going on for 3 years?
Wish I seen this way freaking sooner. I wish I seen this channel way sooner because, yeah, I had some motherfucking opinions when it comes to this whole pedo crap. But yeah, I wish I was there sooner because, well, if I was there sooner, then maybe I get to know you guys a little bit more, you know?
Hell yeah.
Right on, right on.
Yeah. Anything else you have to say on the docket?
Yeah, that's probably it.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
Alright, catch you later.
later, Atari. Thanks for jumping on. Oh fuck. All right, so we'll have pizzas last because a certain somebody popped in on stream and I haven't seen him in a while. So, holy fuck,
Wait.
Dodo,
Oh,
where have you
Dodo.
fucking been?
No! Holy shit! No way!
Welcome to the show, Godo. I don't know if he's muted. Is he muted?
I mean,
He's
yeah,
muted.
he's muted. He's probably caught by surprise. We got him in with his pants down. He's like, "Oh shit, we gotta get this." Oh fuck.
Godo, you're.
Damn it, the hell I didn't know I was on fucking mute, son of a bitch.
Damn, Godo, it's been a while.
He returns!
Well, I wouldn't say I'll return or anything, but fucking yeah, whatever, dude.
What's been going on with you, Godo?
Well, I'm driving into Burger King to grab me some food. I just wanted to pop in and see what you're doing. It's been a minute, my dude. How are you guys been up to? What you been doing?
Pretty good. Been through a lot of crazy shit. How about you?
Well, I'm finally getting my legs back and working my courage back up to get back into the whole YouTube scene. But hey, you know what's funny? Somebody has been going after my channel recently, and I'm like, "Fuck is this nonsense gay shit?"
Really?
Like somebody has literally been reporting a lot of my videos, and I've been like, okay. I mean, I haven't been streaming in I don't remember when I last streamed, but it's been a hot minute, dude. So.
What do you think? How do you feel about the fact that this has been going on for like 3 years for the channel?
He's been pretty fucking good, man. I think you're doing good work, man. You're doing a good job. You need to keep at it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. But you just, it's amazing seeing your growth in your channel and stuff. And I haven't been around in a while, and I apologize for that, man. It's just like the whole thing with fucking, I don't know, Geek and the other motherfuckers. I just really haven't been into it. But people have been pushing me. It's like, hey, Godo, you really should kind of do this more. And I'm like, man, I don't know, dude. I don't know. But it is what it is. And I'm just wanting to get it back into things. So I figured, fuck it. I might as well drop in for maybe a bit before I grab me a big old fucking double Whopper with cheese and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And just see how the guys are doing. See what cats are doing. Anyway, I just wanted to do that. I'm not gonna hold up your time anymore. I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for having me on again, man. And hey, I will try to be on more often, my dudes. You guys take it easy and stay safe, okay?
Later, Godo.
Yeah, you too, man. And safe travels home with that burger.
I'm going to work,
get
motherfucker.
the extra patty, my dude.
Protect the burger.
I shall eat the burger.
Pay for that extra patty.
Hey, give me 1 second, please. I'm doing something at the moment. Just give me 1 second. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Bye.
Later, Godo.
Yeah, later.
The extra patty.
Welcome to the show, Peetza. How you doing?
Pizza.
Pizzeria, mamma mia.
Mamma mia.
How you doing? How you doing? What you got to say?
I'm still in the process of waking up, but yeah, 3 years. I'm fashionably late as fuck.
Yeah, you're not the only one. There's a lot of people who's been popping the show for the last couple of months who hasn't actually seen this shit since for 3 years. So I get you. There's a lot of people popping in the last year. At
That's
this
what
point?
that's what's cool about it is that you have that backlog of shit that they could actually rewatch and be like, yo, that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I still watch the Core Kid videos every now and again to laugh at 'em.
Fucking Cord is such the fucking shit he said on stream was like, wow. Oh, how bury yourself this fucking hard. Holy shit.
It really opened my eyes about how I need to like watch who I fucking talk to and like who I include in things that I'm doing, because I was actually talking to him not knowing like, you know, about all the shit that he was doing, and then when it came to my attention, I'm just like, holy shit. This dude's a fucking clown.
Absolute clown.
But yeah.
Excuse me, fuck. I don't know where, probably need more sleep after this, but, so, the fact that it's 3 years, it's been going on for 3 years, how do you feel about how the world has reacted to content like this popping up in 3 years? The last 3 years, excuse me. Last year, especially.
How people like the audio, how they feel about what? Like,
Well,
just what you're doing?
Just people calling out pedophiles in general. There's been a giant push for people to make content like this recently, the last year. So I'm curious as to like what you think about that and people's different sides of the aisle about that type of deal.
Well, when it comes to like, there's a difference between the pedophiles and the zoophiles, right? Well, zoophiles in some places it's legal and it's a little sketchy when it comes to them. There's not much of an importance to be too strategic when it comes to putting them on blast, right?
Yeah.
But the pedophiles, I feel like people have mixed feelings about it because they're like an actual danger to people, and it's like, we don't want to embarrass these people. That shouldn't be the concern. We want to put them away for the shit that they're capable of and whatnot. And it's like, if you put them on blast and embarrass them and shit, then you could be teaching them how to like be better at getting away with the shit, which is what we don't want. But that'd be sorry.
That's one way to think of it. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, fighting the good fight for sure. But when it comes, I don't know. That'd be the only, notable thing that I can think of.
All right, no problem. So what do you think this channel could end up being in the near, like, maybe let's say a year or two, outside of 3 years that it's already been through?
I think it has a fuck ton of potential to get like way bigger.
Oh, there you go.
Like, the sky is the limit, honestly.
So, chat, I just want to ask you guys, do you think that's true? I'm just curious to see the feedback. Anything else you got to say on the docket, by the way, feel free to express it. I'm being autistic about how the way I'm handling it, so excuse me if it's not the best. Iris says that's a valid concern. Huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's see. We got someone else in the server going on about Burger King and shit. Yeah, Burger King is excellent.
Their onion rings are pretty banging though.
Yeah, that is the one thing I'll give them. I think Kaz War should expand his operation, probably go down the route of Patrick Hansen. Oh wait. Oh wait.
I mean, We could probably do that, make it happen. I mean,
Iris says this channel has a lot of potential so long as you can use it. Yeah, pretty true. Yeah. I'm not the best at being consistent with my uploading because I have other stuff to do with my life that makes it difficult, but I do try. So we'll see how that goes. I think there's like a little bit of extra time afforded to me to keep it consistent. So.
Whenever I think we're overdue for like one of the major like you remember when Kiro, all of that shit exploded?
Yeah.
And all of the content creators, like basically, I wouldn't say they came together per se, but they all like, everyone was focused on it. And then everybody who participated in that, like their publicity and shit skyrocketed as a result. Like, do you see yourself ever participating in something like that if somebody were to, like, in a similar situation?
Honestly, I have no idea. I mean, I tend to be the weirdo that does my own thing. So if people talk about a popular subject, like I may talk about it, but I don't know how I would be like that involved in the YouTube sphere with those type of people. Because usually what happens is that you have a lot of these content creators. They talk about a big YouTuber, or used to be a big YouTuber, like just a big subject. And then they build their communities around the said subject for a while before eventually moving on to something else. Or if they're like me, which is like they're all about just talk about degenerates in general. So this was like this might be a milestone for them rather than just like you know, the end all be all for the YouTube's algorithm. I've noticed that a lot of these communities tend to be they tend to eventually become incestuous. And then once they become very incestuous, with their nepotism, they become very destructive. I probably see myself getting involved in like the next hero situation, whatever that might be, to be like talking about this stuff for a while and then like sharply moving on afterwards before like, you know, shit hits the fan for the people who talk about the same stuff I do, because it always ends like that.
It do be like that.
Yeah, like it's like the shit with DSP and fucking Wings. It's just you have people who talk about it for a while, and then you talk about it. It gets you a lot of attention. Cool, but like at a certain point, I'm like, yeah, I got to move on and do something else, and I'll do that. I don't like sticking around with too many communities on same thought. I only stick around in the sense I want more information. If I can talk about the said person again, like let's say I talk about Sappho, right? I don't see myself being someone who's going to talk about Sappho for like a straight month, and then I'm going to just like, I don't see myself as that type of guy who's going to talk about them 6 months after all this drama. If I'm going to talk about them months after the drama, it will be like one giant ass video detailing everything from here to there. And then I'm done talking about that person unless something actively has to happen for me to give a shit to do a stream or a video on.
Sorry.
Outside of that shit, the problem I've seen with a lot of people who do the whole, oh yeah, there's this popular lolcow / horror cow, let's talk about them incessantly, is that eventually it just kills your content. Because that's all you're talking about. And then one of the other things that pissed me off, and I had a spat recently with a group that does this mindset, was like, you get what I like to call the I think you call them A-logs, but I like to call them something to the effect of the Spurg's number one fans, yeah. Where all they do is they talk about this person, and if you don't pick their side, you don't talk about this person incessantly, then you're a piece of shit, and you need to like give up on future prospects for your channel and talk about this dying fucking lolcow or else. I don't like that. It's extremely self-destructive. Extremely unhealthy to obsess over the same person over and over and over again. You would want to have like a break in between, talk about something else or someone else, or hell, like it's bad enough talking about pedophiles constantly. Like sometimes you need a break on other shit too. Like people need to do other shit.
Your audience will just get bored.
Yeah. So that's something I've noticed, is that if I ever get myself involved in those bigger subjects, it's just gonna be what I need to say and move on. I'm not doing that. Like, let's talk about Sappho for 3 more fucking years. Yay, that's totally. Like, I do have a big documentary
You need
video.
to talk about Raven Queen.
Oh my fucking god, those people are annoying. Oh god, Jesus Christ. Yeah, but like, I am considering potentially talking about Sappho on a actual documentary style video for the hunt, where we just go through the timeline and that's it. There's not going to be much else for fanfare there. Anything else I talk about that might be about popular subjects is we're talking about for a bit, and then we're moving on. You know? Are you being threatened by little Ronnie too, Daniel Romanos? Currently no. He's threatened me legal suits over my opinions on him. So, like that was like, I don't know, years ago, first year of the hunt. He was threatening to try to find my information and sue the fuck out of me for calling him a pedophile. And he ran from the internet at first because a bunch of people like came at him with like the anger of 1,000 suns, and he couldn't handle it.
Oh no.
So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, good luck proving a defamation case, I guess. Oh my god.
I was saving that for a special occasion.
Right.
Yeah, we stopped him from making his pedophile fan fictions.
Sure we did. I think he just got really mad because we just laughed at it, and he probably couldn't handle the fact we did.
Oh yeah, like Danny Boy came from our area. I think 3/4 is talking about whenever he went over to, I think, Gallagher's stream.
Yeah.
It was over in Gallagher's grape culture stream, and there you go. You got the shout out there. But yeah, that one was really interesting because he was trying to keep his cool the whole time, and then he did like the first thing. He did the exact first thing that he did to UCAS.
Yeah.
Which was
threaten legal action.
Act all chill and calm, cool, and collected, and then threaten legal action. And then he talks about how poor he is.
Wait, hold on. Bear Dog says he said he had a 14-year-old in his hotel room the other day at Casborg. You're talking about, was that what Danny just said?
Yeah.
Bruh, what the fuck? Rip Rogue Internet Man, though he may return. I think he made an announcement that he is returning, though. So, like, if you're probably into Rogue Internet Man, he is coming back, I guess. I don't know what he's doing, though, to make that work. But, sure. Oh my god, so, wait, okay, so Danny really did say that. Jesus. I feel like I don't know, like, feels like he's trying to bait people, but I also don't want to believe that he might be doing something with a kid, because that opens a lot of uncomfortable Pandora box conversation about what the fuck his area is. Because, like, imagine him being that brazen that he committed a crime in Baltimore. Like, I don't know, something about that just seems really awful. I don't know.
Just it involving kids, there's too much of a risk in just dismissing it.
Yeah.
And he goes to one of 2 libraries that he likes to visit. There's only 2 libraries in that area.
Wait, yep, he did not like someone with more testosterone in his voice than Little Ronnie. He has in it. Even when his dad molested him. Yes, he did. Look at the videos as far as the channel. Okay. I mean, I can show you the DMs. Like, show me any information you have, guys. It's completely fine. Okay, So, any updates on the Andrew K situation? Well, he got, so we're not dealing with Andrew K anymore. There's nothing to report on him for now. But yeah,
We're currently looking in to try and see if we can find like the court sauce and read over that, but we kind of ran into a standstill on that.
he says I got him so upset he gave out his address phone number on stream. He could be trolling, but he could be honest. See, that's the thing about him, is that he's doing the thing that fucking drives me nuts about some of these people, is the whole hee hee, I'm a pedophile and you can't do nothing about it. Hee hee, oh woo. Like, like Vito the Pedo and Mr. Girl do this shit all the time too. All these other fucking weirdos do that. Sappho does that shit too. Really frustrating to deal with, because it's them tacitly admitting to stuff, but also trying to hide behind it's a joke or something, so you can't call them out. Type of shit. And like,
Sappho was a lot of fun to have on.
Yep. Now let's get Brett in the show. Hello there, Brett. It's been a while since you've been on. Welcome to the show. Feel free to speak your mind.
As per usual.
Okay. Let's just keep going then. Let's go, Adam. Welcome to the show, Adam. How you doing?
Good. How are you doing? Hopefully, I'm not late this time.
Not too late. So, how do you feel? Let's go through a line of questions, right? We'll go with Adam first, and then we'll let Brett have his questions as well. So how do you feel about the fact that this show's been going on for 3 years?
The show's been going on.
I'm glad to see y'all.
Oh, hold on, Brett. Like, we'll let you have your turn to talk too, but right now it's Adam's.
Well, I mean,
Take your time.
Yeah, sorry. I stumbled across you cats through Yote, and that was in 2021-ish, and I kind of hopped into the streams. You know, it's crazy. I've been making YouTube content for 2 years myself, and I gotta say, it's everything and nothing I expected. So it's impressive that someone could keep it up this long, especially live streaming. I'm not really a person who's that able to live stream. I don't really get the chance to record
You
too
do
often.
amazing movie rants. What are you talking about?
Oh yes, I'm the AVGN of indie animation. You could say.
That feels more like an insult than anything else.
Yeah. So the question I have to ask as well is, like, what do you think this channel could be going into within like the near future after the stream?
Oh god. Well, I mean, obviously we do some vigilante shit. I'd recommend staying away from politics and like religious shit or anything that's super opinionated. But if you were going to choose to go in a direction, I would just, you know, kind of keep making sure that you keep the degenerates in check. And you know, I enjoy watching some people you know, not be able to rape kids anymore. I think that's pretty based. Or animals, or corpses, or all the other fucking weird shit that you people do. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So, if there's anything else on the docket of your mind to talk about, feel free to.
Oh man, I dreamed that my YouTube channel got monetized last night, and oh man, it was crazy. I wasn't able to pay for college, but I was able to buy some more watchmaking tools. So it was a dream and not a nightmare, which is a nice change.
Nice. Too bad it was only a dream.
Well, what is living anyway?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
We are all in the Matrix. Wake up, Joe Biden. Wake up, Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
So,
oh man, Joe Biden is my favorite husbando. I mean, Joe Biden is love. Joe Biden is life.
So, hey, Brett.
God is
Brett.
dead.
All right, are you ready for your questions, Brett? Well, I wouldn't say your questions, but you know what I mean.
Okay, I'm back on since I was a little bit busy checking in my stuff. Sorry for being off topic. Okay, My first honest question to you is: if something goes wrong with your server, and I invite you into my server, and then we can make a little merge, just in case if something goes wrong, since I heard about what was going on.
Okay.
We actually have we have a few backup servers already, just in case and should those things happen. And we plan on doing like releasing those on Twitter and new live streams and stuff. But it's nice that you had concerns about that.
Thank you.
So, how do
And
you feel
also,
about?
second,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I want to say congratulations on being around for 3 years, Cass.
Thank you. How do you feel about the fact this has been going on?
First time entering your server, well, I'm gonna say it was the good times, and then sometimes I have my moments of being ups and downs, and whatever comes to my attention, just to drop by to see what's the shit show going. One of them, yeah. One of the most funniest moments, looking back, was watching some of y'all put up a good fight with Romano's boy. And then the second one was the oh shit. Oh god, my fucking memories is flashing back at me. Okay.
The creepy Greek.
No, not that one. Some fat fuck neckbeard that you guys put up with. I'm not gonna say the name, but you get the drift.
Alright.
Well, there's so many.
Yeah, so to say.
Well, the hillbilly one was the funniest one because this guy's a fucking lowcal in my honest opinion.
Oh, him.
Angles?
Yeah. His package was the source of a bloody TikTok. And so is his bloody head. It looked like a fucking Tic Tac.
Yeah. It's like
with
that.
Hair.
Yeah, it's like that one guy on. I think it was what was this Tumblr? I could be wrong. And he shows off. He makes the mistake of showing off his haircut, which of course is very high because he has a high hairline. And he's going, "Do you see what these fucking people are doing? They're playing tic-tac-toe on my forehead. They're playing tic-tac-toe on my fucking forehead." And people in the comments are playing tic-tac-toe on his fucking.
Which one? Kalen's corner or some shit? I used to watch Kalen's corner or whatever, the Tic Tac head.
Oh.
That's the guy you're referring to, like. Oh my god.
Hello there, Iris. Welcome to the show. Feel free to speak your mind.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Здравствуй, chat.
I'm gonna mute for a bit.
You know, I was thinking back to some of the good old days, and I recall a certain right-wing political commentator who I never really watched back in the day, but I kind of rediscovered through people's parodies of him. And what was his name? The Ghost Show. The Ghost Show. That's what he called himself Ghost. And for anyone unfamiliar, this was back in around 2012, 2013. He really wanted to be Alex Jones, but he didn't quite make it there. And he was, all sorts of bad and nasty things, racist and homophobic and transphobic, which, it's one thing if you want to make jokes, but he was like actually kind of not very reprehensible in that regard. And he had this thing that he would do whenever he would get really fucking pissed, right? He would go off, as he do, and he would take his little 2000s webcam microphone. We never saw his face, but he would be recording on his webcam mic, and he would throw it into this pile of beer cans in the corner of his trailer park home by his streaming setup, and he would just take this microphone and he would be yelling, "Shapiro!" I was watching back. Someone did a puppet show version of it in 2013. Look up. I'll have maybe I'll post it in the live chat in a mo. See if I can find
Feel
it.
free to do so. So, Iris, you got anything on the docket to say?
Yeah, because one of the I found your channel through the video you did with Coyote Lovely, because Andrew K had done his little gay op thing, trying to get your channel taken down.
Yep.
And what I always find interesting with these people that you cover, is how they really fall victim to that theory or whatever. I don't remember what it's called, but like they try and hide their information because Andrew K first tried to get bunny gathering stuff removed or whatever, and it just got him to be on your show, and then it got him with a spotlight on Coyote show. And it's just like these idiots every time they they just dig their hole deeper, and I always just find that funny.
Oh, absolutely. You're not wrong. I believe it's called the Streisand effect.
Yes, I was trying to remember it, but I couldn't remember the name.
No, it's understandable. Yeah, it's the idea of like when you try to turn something into forbidden knowledge, it makes it far more attractive to seek out said knowledge or something. You know, you try to obscure or hide something, the more people go, well, why are you trying to hide that? And encourages more people to look at that shit and be like, okay, well, like why are you hiding this? I want to know. Yeah, like Andrew K has a history of doing this. He likes to start little internet fights where he gets involved with people, he's open and honest about what he's into, acts like you're not going to do something about it, and then when you proceed to do so, he fucking flips out and starts realizing, oh shit, consequences are coming my way. That's a bad thing. I need to shut this down now. He does this a lot.
You know, whenever like these weirdos come to me and are like in my DM, I'm just like, doing what you're doing, it's gonna get you on somebody else's like video or something, right? Like this is a snowball effect.
It's called a shit list for a reason.
So, how do you feel about the fact that it's been going on for 3 years as a show?
I haven't been here for the whole 3 years, but I'm very happy that it's been going on for 3 years. These people need to be exposed. They need more than just mental help. But I'm glad that you're doing great, that you're thriving and making this content and exposing these degenerates.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I found all of these people through Deadwing Dork and his various live streams, and I found Yote and Archive the Wolf back when they were kind of making their I don't remember, back when they were kind of making their videos. I don't know what they've been doing recently. I'll have to look back into that. But yeah, no, I found y'all originally from Deadwing, and that just kind of came from YouTube recommended. I remember, unironically, Deadwing's favorite phrase, not a bully stream here, not a bully stream. We're just taking a look. We're just taking a look. And I was watching back a bunch of Deadwing VODs because I do some CAD modeling, and sometimes I'll put it on as sort of some background noise. And you know how YouTube has the little tags on the top? Like the homepage has the tags, and you can scroll through them as your recommended shit.
Yeah.
One of those streams, one of those tags was just bully.
Bully them until they stop moving.
Not
just need to. Sorry, did you want to go first?
Hello there. I don't know how to pronounce your name worth the shit, so apologize if I fuck it up. But Friskadoodle, is that how you pronounce it? Welcome to the show.
Friskadoodle.
Friskadoodle, there we go.
Yeah, like it's just Friskadoodle, or you guys can call me Doodle, whichever's easier. I honestly wasn't expecting to get on the stream just now. Hi everybody.
Hello there.
Hey.
So what do you have on your mind to talk about? Feel free to.
Uh, to be honest, not a lot goes on in this pink and orange head of mine, but I heard that like Cass Warfox, like your stuff has been going on for 3 years, so I just have to say congratulations, bro.
Yeah, how do you feel about the
Your round
fact
of
this has been going on for 3 years?
I honestly like have to like fucking commend your efforts because honestly I would have like fucking like not gonna lie I technically would have like quit like forever ago because I am much more cut out for like binge watching this type of content, but I am definitely not like the type of person to like go after these fucking degenerates like Lazzy Lazarus and like Cassandra Mel and actually give them a platform to sit on and like actually talk about things and psychoanalyze them and like I honestly have to also commend the other people who have come into the streams and actually have debated these people because honestly it's resulted in a lot of laughs but it's also like made a lot of chin scratchers out there.
Yeah, absolutely. How do you feel about where this channel might be going in the next, well, whenever after the stream, like at this point on?
Well, I do hope that people like you, Cass Warfox, and Coyote Lovely keep doing what they do, despite like YouTube like apparently like constantly trying to sanitize the platform. But other than that, like yeah, I'll be sticking around. I just joined the Discord. I'm talking to all the lovely people here and in the chat and stuff, and I'm happy. I hope this shit thrives.
Hell yeah.
Love the energy.
It's definitely been thriving for the past year, a lot more than I have the first 2 years I started. It seems like the third year's been the magic number so far.
It's kind of interesting because you said you started this all because of the whole map movement that started about 3 years ago, right?
Yes, so when I started this back in 2019, it was a bit of a mixed bag of reason why I started it. Like initially, I was there just to want to talk about lolcows and shit. And then it became a thing where I came across a lot of these maps. There was a bunch of like friend groups of mine from some old YouTube days, still talking about like I think they call themselves like ranters or whatever. It's like some metalhead.
Oh yeah.
So me and them came across a bunch of pedophiles. We mocked these pedophiles, and it became a whole giant fucking fiasco that dates back to a whole shit ton of other internet weirdos that just came coming right at us. And then I became part of this group known as the Zoophile Police or the ZPD.
Oh no.
Where like I was actually one of the mods that try to get this fucking disgusting CP shit off the internet, primarily Twitter, because there was a giant rise of it. There was even articles talking about the fact that like pedophiles are just all over. Ever since the pandemic, there's like pedophiles all over social media trying to get kids' attention and shit, and Twitter was like a hotbed for this crap.
I remember like seeing that whole rise and stuff, but I'm kind of curious what your thoughts are on like it continuing because like it hasn't really stopped. We've seen people get more prouder and try to start like advocacy groups and stuff. So, like, what's your kind of like opinion on like for yourself the future of your channel? Do you think that's a bleaker future or a makes money for you type of thing?
I would say it's more positive in the sense that it means that the channel's going somewhere because people are starting to see that this is unfortunately a conversation that needs to happen. Because when I started, I actually kind of got mocked by a lot of different people or dismissed by people because they thought, oh no, this totally isn't going to be a thing, blah, blah, blah. It's just a bunch of like maps, who cares? They don't have a lot of people on their side. But then the last year, it's been completely opposite. There's lots of weirdos, even some with a substantial amount of clout, like batting for pedophiles, batting for dog fuckers. And so I think, it's bleaker in a moral sense because it means that like we as a society, I hate to fucking say that word, but
Put on the clown makeup, Kaz.
Yeah, well, we as a society have literally tainted ourselves to the point we've become people who are okay with this shit because this shit isn't being protested like it used to. So that is pretty bleak in a standpoint about the world we live in. But for me, it might be a bit more positive because it means my channel's not running out of content anytime soon.
Batman, I'm not the one spelunking in Robin's bussy.
Oh,
Please
no.
never say that again. Please, Adam, please, for the hi Kaz, Adam, please never say that again.
Welcome.
Hi, Kaz.
I've been here the whole time. I'm just not sure anyone noticed.
Welcome, Aaron. Feel free to express your opinions, by the way.
So I will say that one thing about the definitely, I would say that it's not even that the society is more tolerant towards it. It's that platforms are on the internet are way more attempt to be inclusive, and like there are a lot more younger kids on the platform now, and it's again there are some fucking gray lines, but a lot of this shit is like you're looking at the gray lines when fucking black and white is staring you right in the fucking face, and you can just choose to fucking stop it, but you aren't. Twitter, literally, if it wasn't, I don't know if you guys heard about this, but recently it was revealed that Twitter does not have a fucking, like, an automated system to remove child pornography. It doesn't. Manually, people have to do that.
Yeah, I've noticed. Whenever I report that stuff, you have to actually like go to a completely separate like little link and stuff. You can't just do it through the app.
Well, no. The other thing is that so a lot of places like Google, all the other shit, they have bots to do that. Twitter doesn't turn off a profit to do so. But because of this, I only know this recently because Twitter was trying to integrate like an OnlyFans like competitor into their platform, and they had a red team look into it, and as red teams do, they find flaws. One of which was the child pornography was not censored on the platform.
Oh my god.
Fucking Christ. Imagine a cybersecurity specialist having to see this shit and be like, wow, what the fuck?
This was Twitter's internal people.
Oh god. Well, I remember when Twitter started doing the thing where if someone put a Zeta anywhere in their bio or description or fucking whatever, then it would give you a little head up. This person is a zoosexual. It's not a zoosexual. They're a zoophile. It's not a sexuality, you fucking idiot. But everyone's going, okay, Twitter. That's kind of
That was a thing.
I was expecting you to do fucking nothing like you always do, but they did something. But then, okay, I made a bunch of different alts, right? I retweeted some weird like feral art, and I put a Zeta in the profile of these alts. Guess what fucking shows up without you even interacting with the platform in any way whatsoever when you have a Zeta in your profile? Do you know what shows up?
What?
Other profiles with Zetas in them. Twitter has fully accepted this little zoophilic circle jerk.
Well,
and
okay, Adam.
Hang on. Anyone with a Zeta will find other Zetas that will lead to other Zetas. You don't even have to do anything. You immediately find all of these people
Adam.
And enter the circle jerk.
Adam, I don't mean to like rain on your parade, but to be totally honest, that's just a symbol that is commonly associated with that. And if it notices that in your profile, it's going to try to recommend you shit like that. So unless we have like something that confirms that is an anomaly of recommendation, I can't really say with any sort of confidence that is truly what's going on, because Twitter could simply be looking at your bio of, oh, okay, you have gaming in there. We're going to recommend you gaming content, or people with gaming also in their bio, or gaming related shit. That's what I'm thinking of. From an algorithmic perspective, it just might be how the fucking cookie crumbles.
Yeah, well, I get where you're coming from, but the problem is if Twitter goes to the thing to say, oh, this person has a Zeta, there's a zoophile, number one, they're aware of it, and number two, they did something. They were willing to label these people, the people who, let's be frank, probably already knew, but the problem is the thing that they could have done instead is just blocked Zetas from, maybe not blocked Zetas from finding other Zetas, but maybe not made that a feature, or at the very least, okay, I have a fader in my profile. This was back at, like, Zoophobes, for example, has a fader in their profile. It's like the opposite of Zeta. I have never found another person randomly recommended to me with a fader in their profile. And I have never found another person with any of the, like, the whole the Therian symbols. A lot of people use, I think, alpha for Therian. I don't remember. Maybe it's pi. And a lot of the Therians find each other. So yeah, I mean, it's probably not Twitter allowing these people to targeting these people and bringing them together, but it's definitely an oversight. That's
Adam, I'm about to give you not just simply the truth, but some cold hard speculation. But this is speculative. Keep in mind, but so a lot of the ways that that companies, and this is again not me defending Twitter. This is just the way that tech giants are. This leads to this sort of fucking incompetence, and this is why I dislike them. Fuck you, YouTube. Susan was just eat a bag of dicks. Great, now you're demonetized. Okay, so aside from that, the way that big companies tend to work is that you normally have different teams. Like, you have your trust and safety team, you have your algorithmic team, you have your recommendation team, you have a bunch of other internal departments, and oftentimes they don't fucking talk to each other unless someone is actively causing a point of management. Like, trust and safety might not have thought to be like, yo, algorithm, stop fucking recommending that shit, because it might not have been brought up to them repeatedly. That, hey, you're doing this, or that algorithm might not have thought that, hey, this is a flag thing, now maybe we should prevent that from happening. Like, again, I'm giving Twitter the benefit of the doubt, which I should not be doing, and I feel it's very weird for doing, but just from the way I know shit's structured, it's very likely that that is just an accident of, Twitter has this, but someone didn't tell like the people who do the algorithm or the recommendation type shit or improve that hey, don't fucking do this, or no one thought about this because their trust and safety might be not thinking about algorithmic fucking reach of this or ways that could do that, to blacklist it or block it.
Well, it's like Facebook. Their priority is to get people to engage with their platform, so they see more ads.
Twitter's actually not profitable. They do not make any fucking money.
Oh wow, God damn.
Yeah, no, they that is why they have to use manual human labor to do to look for child pornography, because they make no mooners. Well, they make very little money, if any.
Wow. Yeah, and the other thing that I
also, I'm ranting about this in a dorm, so people are probably going to be, what the fuck is he talking about?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I think you probably should just lower your voice a bit.
Also, what do you want to say, Adam? Sorry.
Yeah. You had mentioned that you were part of the CPD, and I just gotta ask, how was Zootopia? Did you get to meet Judy Hopps?
I hate you. I hate you so fucking much. Can I kick
And with that, I have to go. Goodbye.
Later.
Hey guys. I couldn't not reference my favorite character, Nick Wilde from Zoophilia. Hey guys, look, it's Legoshi from Bestiality. I'm sorry.
Oh my
I'm sorry, Cherry. I stole your joke.
Oh my fucking god.
That's a certified classic right there.
Oh my fucking god, yeah. So, I would say that for the channel, honestly, the positive aspect of me is that, my channel isn't being entirely laughed at as it used to be 3 years back. Like, people actually can see the utility behind its purpose, because the fact that they have to deal with this subject, the fact that we all have to have this conversation now, shows you that we need to expose these fuckwits. But I think the reason why people are starting to have a lot more positivity towards this channel is based on the fact that we are forced to have this conversation in the first place, which in itself doesn't sound like a good thing for the world we live in, because it means we're entertaining the concept whether or not these pedophiles deserve anything good for or be a part of anything. It's a conversation that's really, 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 really fucking nasty to have, because these people, in a better world that's actually consistent for once, we would say, no, fuck these people. But apparently we're forced to have these debates now.
Well, please don't fuck these people. Please don't let these people reproduce.
I know. But for some fucking reason, there's these bigger channels popping in. Some of these commentary channels from over 100,000 subscribers and shit are unironically saying we need to destigmatize pedophilia. Oh, if you don't agree with that, you're a fucking... And just use every map argument possible. It's like, the fact that we're forced to have this conversation to oppose these people at all, and they're getting backed by like these channels, is very fucking concerning to me. They're not the only channels doing it. It's just, it's not a good vibe for modern civilization. That's all I can really say about it. Good for me, obviously, because the channel and whatnot actually gets to have a lot of content to talk about. Bad for the world itself, because, I mean, the fact we have to entertain this conversation in the first place is highly concerning. You know, a couple decades ago, like, calling yourself a map probably would have been a death sentence on the internet.
Well, a couple decades ago, a map was just a piece of paper that you kept in your car in case you got lost.
Yeah. Now a map could also describe a pedophile.
Yeah. At this point, I would have to reference one of my what used to be one of my favorite Maroon 5 songs until I started listening to your streams, which is "So I'm following the maps that lead to you, the maps that lead to you."
Oh my god.
The song is just called Maps, and it was released in about 2008. And I mean, it's like, okay, you know, Adam Levine, what beautifully sexy Adam Levine is following maps in his car, because that's just what he did in 2008 to find the girl that he broke up with, because he's always breaking up with girls. If you're a pop fan and you listen to Maroon 5, then you know that Adam Levine gets laid. He promises that to you much.
This is why heterosexual bad. Okay.
Oh my god.
And
Yeah.
he's you know, he's trying to find this girl, right? And he's following the maps that lead to her. But nowadays, I just look at the title of the song, which is just Maps, and I feel myself burning inside.
Yeah, no, I get that, but like, it's one of those things where it's like, I find it interesting, really, is that, so you're not allowed to be edgy on the internet anymore. That's been made pretty clear by social media giants, that they want to turn everything to like essentially corporate tube everywhere. But, you know, a pedophile says they're a map and they want representation. That's completely fine.
Yeah.
It's a sort of logic I've hated for the last 3 years, and it's only intensified in its hypocrisy and outright stupidity the last year so far. Especially
One
the rise
thing-
of vigilante justice type channels.
One thing I feel like we need to have a discussion about is like fucking the way we approach this shit, and the fact that, you know, I get you, but there's like fucking the fact that there has to be infighting within like people who work together, or like, you know, all that shit. That it seems almost like there are some people in the fucking community who are against like maps, who don't fucking like, who are willing to look the other way, and if it's like when it gets personal, like people like, I feel like it's fucked up, but like there's some clout chasers who, whenever it gets personal, will just it's fine. And
yeah, I've noticed that. Like, I've had people who would support my shit 24/7 until they have a personal problem for some reason that's relatively unexplained, and it's like, you know, I could help out with this, but I'm not going to because I'm butthurt. I've seen this a lot.
Yeah, and like I get that, you know, people want fucking clout, cool, but if you're fucking doing this, don't be fucking doing this because you want clout. This is like generally more or less a thing of, if I'm not doing this, who the fuck else is? Or I want to get a word out. I want fucking change to be made.
Yeah, it's basically just, I want to chuckle and hopefully get something to happen, because holy shit, no one wants to talk about this. You know, I've went out of my way. The only time, like, it's only recently I got a Patreon, for fuck's sakes, because of the fact that, like, I genuinely believe I wouldn't get 1,000 subscribers, but then I did. I was like, well shit, guess I better put my money where my fucking mouth is. And that's where it's been going. Like, the problem with this shit is, like, it's also the fact that there's like a lot of people I've known who only talk about this stuff if it's like a popular subject. I've noticed.
Yeah, that's another fucking problem.
Yeah.
It's like people aren't, ironically, I'm going to compare it to locals, but it's a different level of fucking severity. Because, like, these people are just straight fucked. Locals are just kind of fucked up in a normally very funny way. But, like...
Locals can at least be redeemable.
Yes. I will agree with you on that, Vash. But, like, it's fucked, but, like... It's often, people know fucking Chris Chan and all that other shit. Like, people know Kiro, like, Kiro the Wolf. Like, because a bunch of fucking people talked about him. But, like, people don't know some other fucking niche ones. Like, fuck. Brain no worky right now. Name some off, Vash.
Danny Romanos. That's an obvious
Oh,
one.
yeah, Danny Romanos. Well, I mean, he falls into both camps.
Well, it's because he's a desperate attention seeker, but he just never gets enough of it to be like a quote popular locale. He's just not entertaining enough for most people.
Yeah, he's a relevance crusader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so obvious that people's instinct is they might give him a little bit of attention, but then they'll just primarily stop immediately when they're done.
Yeah.
You never go that far into it.
Come on, you can't not pay some penance to the creepy Greek.
But yeah, I've noticed that like there is an aspect, because I know someone already mentioned it in the chat earlier, was like something about people who only talk about the popular stuff because it gets attention, and so everything else that isn't popular gets immediately ignored. And I already had a small little screaming match with that Dander fellow who likes to call people clout chasers, and like that's exactly what he does though, is like he only talks about Sappho for attention.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, had some DMs with him. Woke up to 13 messages.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like fucking gatekeep, covering this shit. But like, if you say your channel's dedicated to it, and like you aren't, there talking about some new shit or actually putting some stuff into it. Like, if you aren't, like, Mudahar or someone who's, like, just does a bunch of other shit and occasionally dabbles in with this shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's excusable, because, you're a generalist channel. But, like, if you claim to specialize in this and you're just fucking talking about the most popular shit, and you have nothing new to say, shut the fuck up. Like, you're helping no one. You are literally just giving this person more attention, helping them potentially destroy evidence. You're helping no one.
I would argue that people should just be in general careful being talking about zoophiles or pedophiles if they're not expecting this to be a constant thing for them, because once you're involved with this shit at all, you're going to be dealing with these people, because the moment you make this content, it tends to attract those type of people to your shit, which will inevitably cause problems. And that's exactly what I'm talking about here, is that people don't realize that shit, so they will just like, oh, I want to talk about Sappho for clout. No, there's no consequences for that. Herder, and they're just like, oh fuck, this actually created a lot of problems for me. Holy shit, what the fuck? Why am I even doing this? And it's like, if you're not going to be able to handle that, then it's probably best not to be a part of that shit. It's just not helpful to you. It's not helpful to anybody.
Yeah, because when you fuck up in that way, it genuinely causes people like us to sometimes lose ground or have a point where we can't, get information, or, there's a fucking entire disreputation we have to deal with.
Yeah.
It overcomplicates things. Again, too many cooks in the fucking kitchen, especially when people are just, I wouldn't say, like, I'm not discouraging amateurs, but I'm saying you need to know what the fuck you're doing at like a sufficient enough level, and you need to first work with some people to even get shit done. And also, people like certain servers need to stop fucking claiming they're able to bring down people when they're simply just like straight up harassment server that just bitch at you when you enter. I mean, I get that, haha, it's funny to dogpile on them, but like, you catch more flies with honey than you do vinegar. And when you're actually looking at getting these fuckers behind bars, maybe dogpiling them isn't the best. I absolutely agree it is cathartic. But if you're looking for results, maybe not. Maybe get them to tacitly admit it. Get them to open up. Play good cop, and then see what the fuck they will let spill out.
Don't dogpile unless you know with absolute certainty that they will admit to piling down on a dog. Anyway.
I mean, even then, you can get more information like addresses, locations, potential other shit that making a police report with it is fucking piss easy. Like, you can actually, the police will know where they are, and you just need to pressure law enforcement at that point. You don't need to pressure them into investigating, you need to pressure them into doing their own fucking searching. Like, you've given them the fucking base, and you've given them probable cause to look into that, and they don't need a warrant then, in a lot of cases. So, like, I agree that dogpiling is fun and entertaining, very much so. But also, you know, I have some mixed feelings about it. But, like, again, if you're actually trying to do this individually and, like, not as a main content creator like Kaz is, if you're doing this, like, on your own shit, don't do that. Absolutely don't. But also, try to fake as if you're friends with these people. Don't actually be friends with them. It's gonna fucking turn out nasty, and shit's gonna hit the fan.
Yeah. As the saying goes, it's just that I think this subject is definitely going to have a lot to be talked about in different regards pretty soon. I just think it's interesting because when you really boil it down, like there's so many goddamn people who never would have talked about this and would have scoffed at me for talking about this are currently talking about this shit. And I can kind of get why, because it's a subject we just can't avoid anymore. But it really speaks to the sort of like insanity we're at the point where we as a civilization has to actively talk about this. And I think that's only a testament to how much it's fallen, if that's really the case.
My question though is it more society's part, or is it more just the more centralization we have and the more intent and like in ignorant attempts at inclusivity from like large media conglomerates that are so over encompassing that leads to this clusterfuck? Can we, like, because it seems like there might be a genuine, I get that these people exist, but the fucking positive shit and the fact that this is in the main, like, you know, zeitgeist in general, it is a fucking problem, and I feel like that might stem from the way social media is run and how it's completely just unfucking controlled, and how, like, I don't advocate for censorship, but I also advocate if you're gonna fucking censor it equally, you dipshits.
Guess so. I find it more of a situation of like they don't want you saying edgy words or speaking your mind, but they want you to be okay with a bunch of turbo degenerates. And I honestly think that's more purposeful than anything else. I think there might be some people out there with some concerning closets full of skeletons.
No, you can't censor anyone. I can feel the presence of Elon Musk sneaking up behind us all, ready to kill.
I mean, do you, fuck, I forget, I know that the owner of, I think it was Ink Bunny, was really fucked up.
Oh, God.
Yeah, like, within, like, we can see this, a microcosm of this on a much smaller scale within the furry fandom, that a lot of people who own fucking larger websites, again, this is why I studied furries, because they're a microcosm of society, sadly. Yes, all of humanity, you look like furries to me now.
Well,
fuck all of you.
Well, I mean, it's both a microcosm and a macrocosm, if you know what I'm talking about.
I hate you. Shut the fuck up.
It's more like we kind of already established that there's always going to be powerful people who are into some fucked up shit. I mean, we've established that ever since Epstein's Island was a thing many, many years ago.
Yeah, but it's a big pattern within the fandom itself, even that the people who are at the fucking top really like to fucking keep bad people up in a fucking, like, they like to keep good, like, bad people in good standing and will fucking destroy you for talking about it. And
you're not wrong.
it's something that I'm like, now I'm more like, I'm literally currently thinking about this as we're saying this, but like, maybe there has a genuine point of there might be some fucked up shit at Twitter headquarters, or someone who's writing the algorithm, or like there's someone somewhere that, if this is not just complete massive fucking tripping over your own dick repeatedly, this is just a massive fucking, it seems like it's a conspiracy, but the more and more I look into stuff, it's just like, nothing's a coincidence. Nothing's a coincidence.
Well, since we're on the topic about the fandom, I would say it's more of a case of like, so what I've noticed, and this is something that'll keep being mentioned, especially in a more video or other streams where it's more of a pertinent conversation to have this, but I've noticed that a lot of people want to censor each other with like, quote, being PC as a mechanism to censor people for speaking their mind. The fandom does this a lot because the furry fandom has an unhealthy obsession with trying to be tolerant to its own, regardless
Only
of who it is.
protogens can be PCs.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, listen, as long as you're being PC and not Mac, I'm fine.
Yeah, essentially, what I'm noticing with the furry fandom is an obsession of censoring itself to appeal to as many people within its own borders, as they say, at the cost of like being able to speak your mind. And then there's some very suspect people who know this, and they will use any language possible to say you're not tolerant, therefore you're a piece of shit. You let people in your server have the freedom to say whatever you want, well, that makes you a racist. You know, these things. Like, it's very obvious control mechanisms at play. It's a clear manipulation tactic. There's people out there who clearly are trying to fucking hide. I think that's exactly what you're seeing here, is that the furry fandom is spurging out the last year because the Salvo shit has made it a lot worse for them to hide the fact there's like turbo degenerates in their community. So I guarantee you there's going to get to a point where we're going to go from, like, people say we might have another Kira Wolf. No. We're going to have another Epstein's Island, but in a fucking Discord server. I guarantee it. Absolutely.
Or it'll be on Crypto Land, you never know.
Oh yeah, Crypto Land.
God,
but like,
forgot that was a thing.
There will be a point where the furry fandom will have its own literal Epstein, and they're going to fucking melt, because at that point, they as a fandom would probably be done. Like, it's getting to a point where people are unironically thinking, and there's a lot of random people think this, that being a furry means that you might be into kids or dogs or something, right? It's a stigma that existed for furries for a long time now, but it's gotten worse. It's gotten a lot fucking worse. And
by the way, thank you, Sappho, for ruining a community of people who just want to be themselves. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
That was
and it's only going to get even more worse. And a large part of it isn't just because of the degenerates like Salfo. It's just the community's refusal to deal with them properly. It's always just so much goddamn screaming and crying and people stabbing each other in the back over something stupid as, "You said a joke on the internet." Wah. Like, this is the reason why the furries don't have much of a chance if they, like, the only way they're going to succeed is that they have to learn to just drop dumb PC bullshit and just, like, actively address reality as it is, or just destroy themselves. That's their only option. It's really that simple. I know people are like, "Ugh, it's not, no, it is. Stop being pussy." Like, this mindset of trying to appeal to everyone's what got us in this problem in the first place. Like, don't even fucking bother. But anyway, it's not them that just do that either. There's a lot of communities that do that too, and I think that's what needs to be called out, is like, is sacrificing the Wild West of the internet really a smart idea when this is the cost of it? I would think not, no. I think this is a fantastic example of what we're reaping what we sow by sacrificing freedom for, oh my god, We gotta be nice to people, guys. Oh yeah. How dare
Gotta
you?
be nice. Haven't you watched Fairy Tale, you
Oh my
bastard?
This is weeb shit. I am going to ignore you.
Anyway.
I don't watch anime, guys.
No,
I promise.
I have the power of anime and God on my side.
No, Vash, it's God and anime. Get it right.
I've straight up like not watched any anime intending to watch anime that I was not forced to at my work.
Well, we're gonna force you to watch anime.
Yugi Moto is gonna become Hokage.
Yeah, after he goes Super Saiyan.
Yep.
I just watch hentai.
All right, I think that's enough. We're at like 3 hours and 30 minutes or so. So yeah, that was a lot longer than I expected this stream was going to be. But I am actually very grateful for the fact that you guys popped in and started to participate in the streams, in the chat and everything, and the people joining. It's really nice to know that people are enjoying the content so much that they're engaging with this relatively, even if it's like something as doing the unusual shit, which is doing a morning stream versus a nightly stream on this channel. I appreciate your guys' help on that, your support and whatnot. So here's the thing where we're going to talk about going forward. There's going to be a lot of stuff in the future, so if you're really into that, feel free to like, subscribe, and share around the content. We'll expand upon the subjects I just brought up about the furry fandom, the different things going on, the concept of censorship. These are also topics that will be brought up in the Hunt series because I find them to be very pertinent conversations, very important conversations about the future. But if you just want to also hear people mac on pedophiles, you'll definitely have that pretty soon as well. Blood sports is definitely not going to go away in the channel anytime soon. We're not here to be nice, but whatever. I say thank you guys for the support. It's very great to know that after so long, this last year, this channel has gotten a fuck ton of support. And so we'll be making lots more content for you guys soon. However, and this will be a however, just be aware that there will be some things here and there for changes. It's not a big deal. Anyway, so we're gonna end off this with one more song from a guy named Scott Buckley, and the song's called "There Was a Time." Let's see if I can fuck my thanks for watching. There we go. Thanks for watching. There we go. Give me a sec.